Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Dungeons and Demigods on Azure.
Dungeons and Demigods.
Val, you decided to be muted for that intro. That is okay. So, we are here again this week with our second installment of Dungeons and Demigods. We are so sorry we could not make last week, but we had some last-minute emergencies, life being life. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and pass it on to our players. So, one of our first players is... What's up?
It is I. Hello, I am Mr. V from the Adventures of Mr. V on TikTok. Check me out if I make videos at some point, and I am playing Jackson Copper, son of Thanatos.
And then we have... Birdie, it's you. You're muted. We're going to see you come back. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry.
There you go.
My name is Bertamius the Bard, Bertie for short, and I play Max. I'm just getting into character. You can see he's not the brightest, so that was all totally on purpose. My little stumble there. Yeah, and yeah, we're just having a good time. You can find me on all the social medias, and I'll pass on to the next person now.
And the next person is...
Hi, I'm Mothman. Good to see you.
Mothman!
That's right. I'm keeping the bits going
transition was
single-handedly.
so
Caw-caw. Caw-caw.
Okay, Val, who are you actually, though?
Hi. I'm Val. I use they/them pronouns, and I am playing Morgan, who uses she/they pronouns. Morgan is a child of Hecate and is completely trustworthy in every way. You should tell her all of your secrets and also everything else.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm the Nerdy Niffler on TikTok and Twitter. Haha!
Remembering that self-plug. And then we got one last player.
Hello, I'm Bunny. I play Zinnia, child of Lethe. You can find me on Chaotic Bunny on all the socials. You can also find me on Fae Fiends and Friends on Monday night at 8:30 EST. I play Kat, a bitchy sorority sorcerer.
Okay. And then that just leaves me, your Dungeon Master. Hi, I'm Aaron, Obsidian Olive, and I have to deal with these people on a weekly basis, most of the time. And they're all pretty great, and they have to deal with me. And that's not as great for them. Because we're going to go into our recap of what happened last week. Actually, wait. Before we start our recap, we have two shout-outs we wanted to give. One is we wanted to give a shout-out to most of our music. Birdie, you want to go ahead and give that music shout-out?
Weston, at Arcane Anthems and all the social medias, and everywhere where music can be streamed, I think. And you can go and find him on his Patreon, where you can download all of the content that you find here absolutely free. And then you can also donate a certain amount a month, and you get better rewards. So, like, I am a believer Maestro, Virtuoso.
I'm a Maestro, I think.
I think I'm a Maestro. I'm the tier that you get loops at.
Which is real nice.
Which is
real
very
helpful.
useful for D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and you can also check out his stuff on Spotify, which is nice.
Yeah, and so it makes it really easy to just play wherever you want, because you get it free on Spotify, and it'll really add atmosphere to your games. We love it. Go check him out. He also makes funny stuff on TikTok.
He makes really funny stuff. And then the second thing is a self-plug. I'm going to go ahead and steal the mic, because everything used in this stream, mostly, is homebrew, and I make it, and it's a lot of work. But you guys can have that homebrew too if you head over to patreon.com/obsidianolive, which I'll probably throw in the link in chat at some point. Because this month, I think the vote just finished up, I will be releasing the Child of Dionysus class, which a good friend of ours, the coolest DM, over on our Wednesday stream, if that ever gets off the ground again, does play over there. It's
Mr.
pretty
D's
great.
nuts.
Mr. D's nuts. Now we can get into that recap, unless anyone else has anything they want to shout out. I think we're good. Oh, I love you too. Hey. V, you're wonderful. You're a great player.
Out.
All right.
Just wait.
So,
Shout it out.
we're going to get into a recap of... Oh, I had a network error. Oh, no.
Oh, beans.
Okay, cool. It's back. All right. So, we're going to get into what happened last week. Last week was the beginning of our adventure. We started off in Camp Half-Blood, the summer camp bastion of safety for all those of godly parentage and mortal parentage. We were introduced to our lovely cast of characters. starting at the climbing wall at camp, where young Maximus, almost called him Cadmus, started off at the climbing wall, setting a new world record. I guess camp record, but it's still technically the world.
Find me another lava climbing wall, and then
Yeah,
I'll...
I think that's the only lava climbing wall in the world, so it's technically a world record. Where there was a bit of celebration. Chiron, the camp counselor and trainer of heroes, also a centaur, then approached the group with the young child of Lethe, though they didn't know it at the time, Zinnia, and announced that this summer would be a summer of quests. You would be spending very little time at camp, as he and the cabin counselors had prepared lists of people to go out and accomplish quests. This group of 4 was chosen to lead a quest to the Sea of Monsters, to hopefully convince a dragon there not to join the side of Python and the Serpents, a rising evil that we were introduced to in the last campaign. The 4 of them then went to the beaches, and first they received a prophecy from the Oracle Rachel, who gave them some words of, I would like to say, enlightenment about Azure wings and crashing rocks. If anyone wants to post the prophecy in the chat now, that would be welcome.
Let me just scroll up.
Oh no, I meant in the Twitch chat.
I know, I need to scroll up so I can copy paste it.
Oh, okay. From there, they went off to the beaches of Camp Half-Blood, where young Zinnia was claimed by the Lethe, and managed to summon a sunken ship, which was later discovered to be called the Anaskion, or the Shadow Rider. They made do with the magic materials and manpower that they had, and made their way off into sea. Max doing the brunt of the work, accompanied by Morgan's summoned shadow fiend, Mordred, I believe you called it. They made their way out to sea, going for 4 or 5 hours down the east coast, eventually making their way to a small dock off the side of some random small river. They made their way onto the dock looking for supplies, maybe a warm place to sleep for the night, when Morgan, who was left in charge of the ship while the other 3 had dispatched themselves across the beaches, discovered movement in the water near the ship. Instead of using a light spell or perhaps calling for her friends, she jumped in the water with several of these unseen creatures. After one of them bit into her leg, she then cast Fly on herself, signaling the rest of them that something had gone wrong, and these creatures began to crawl out of the water onto the boat. These chitinous, serpentine creatures with large bodies like beetles, yet these long serpentine necks with dragon heads attached to them, each with 6 to 8 curved bladed limbs coming out the side of them. And one that was climbing up the side of the boat looked up at Morgan, and off its back, its chitinous wings began to flap as it took off into the air. So from here, we're going to go ahead and just go right into initiative. And then I'm going to
beans.
So I got to roll initiative for the amount of monsters that we have.
Ooh, that's
Wait, do Demigods still have advantage?
Yeah, we all have advantage, remember?
Yep, because of your battle reflexes.
Well, my second roll definitely was worse than my first.
No, Aaron, no. Don't want that many.
That's so bad for you.
Oh,
Why?
That's so unfortunate. Oh, because they have a +0. Oh, that's so sad for you. Well,
Don't like this.
let's see here. Jackson, what'd you get for your initiative?
24.
24. Okay.
With a nat 20.
What'd you get for your initiative?
me?
Max?
17.
Okay. Let's see here. Morgan, what'd you get?
14.
14. Zinnia, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. What's your dex mod?
+1.
Max, what's your dex mod?
Plus
+2.
2.
Okay. So then combat order for the 4 of you, I'm not going to quite let you know where the monsters landed yet, is going to go Jackson, Max, Zinnia, and Morgan. Okay, so just a quick recap of where everyone is at. Morgan, you currently are concentrating upon the fly spell. These green arcane energies swirling underneath your palms as you hold yourself propelled 10 feet above the equivalent of where the deck would be, but slightly off over the water. The deck itself being 10 feet off the ground. Let's see here. You sit at the end of a long L-shaped dock with several other small boats attached to it. Zinnia, Jackson, the both of you are a little bit north on the beach, you were just headed up a road that was going to lead you to a small boathouse where you were hoping to find some sort of supplies or maybe a dry place to sleep. Max, you are south on the beach, closer to the dock, but still a decent ways away. You had been gathering rocks for a fire pit on the ship. You've since dropped the bucket of rocks and pulled out your war club and begin to run towards it. So, first up in initiative, Jackson. You see Morgan floating in the air, green light coming off of her in waves. You also see this shadowy, beetle-like figure with a long serpent head flying maybe 15 feet from her? What are you doing?
Okay.
You, distance-wise, are about 100 feet away, if not more.
100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to...
Yeah, 120
Okay,
to be exact.
120?
120 to be exact, I just counted for you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to look next to me to Zinnia. And I'm going to look back over there. For thematic purposes, could I be like running at the same pace as Zinnia?
Yeah, I'm assuming currently the both of you are in the same pace right now because you have the same base walking speed.
Actually, my base walking speed is 40 because it's dark.
Oh, yes, it is dark, so you do have an increased walking speed. But yes, you can currently be keeping pace with Zinnia.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Can I ask a question?
Child of Thanatos abilities. What's up?
No.
Are you Naruto running?
No.
Oh my god.
No, Jackson is not. Also, it's a Hellhound tooth.
Oh, the Hellhound. That's what it was. Okay, yeah. All right, yes.
And I need that other item when you can.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to be keeping pace with Zinnia, and what I'm going to do is there'll be a small crackling of energy around my hand, and if I'm within 120 feet at max, I'm going to shoot forward a ghostly hand as I cast Chill Touch towards one of them.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, and I believe that's an attack roll?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack.
That's going to be a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
No, because as my reaction, I'm gonna immediately bring that damage to its maximum and turn that into 16 necrotic damage with Agent of Death.
Sounds good. You use your Agent of Death ability as a Child of Thanatos, swirling your hand outward. This crackle of silver and black magic, reaching out in a spectral hand, pushes forth, reaching forward, outward stretched. It touches the edge of this chitinous beast, and as it makes contact, you even in the dim light of just the moon can see the magic begin to take hold, and you feel that moment pressing down with your magic, black veins appearing at the edges of that spectral hand, maxing out the damage and disintegrating sections of its shell as it takes 16 points of max necrotic damage. So it's going to put it at...
I've been waiting for the max jokes.
Make it for the max jokes, because this is the Max Jam party.
This is
all right,
party.
Max Jam party.
That wasn't the Max Jam combo, though.
Are you going to use your movement?
Waiting for the max jam combo. Pardon?
Are you going to move?
Yeah, I'm keeping pace. Like, is it possible to, like,
so
move
in terms of
not on my
combat...
turn?
No, unfortunately. In terms of combat, you would have to move on your turn.
Okay, fine. I'll be moving at 30 feet then. Just to...
Only 30?
Only 30.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So that's going to put you there. Okay, good to know. You are now using your full movement. You are at the small set of stairs that leads up to the dock. After this, you just have to cover the distance of the rest of the dock. Let's see here. So normally, next up would be Max, but the Pyrausta managed to roll a natural 20 on their initiative with their +0 modifier. Let's see here. So, the first one, the one that is in the air, let me roll to see which one it would care of you about more right now. It's going to be the high roll, so it's going to go for Jackson. So, Jax, as you are running forward, you see that the creature lets out this awful, like, stressed howling noise and turns and just starts flying directly at you. Its flying movement speed with a dash will only get it about halfway down the dock towards you. So you are standing there and you see it's hovering maybe 5-10 feet off the top of the docks, and it's staring at you, these awful pincer dagger-looking things coming out the side of its draconic mouth. And it's staring bloodthirsty, just awfulness at you. Let's see here.
Ew.
The other three now get to make their movements. Let's see here. So one of them is going to crawl onto the ship, using its climb speed to move up the side of the boat onto the ship. Let's see here. It'll use its action to dry its wings. So, Morgan, underneath you, you see one of these creatures pulling itself out of the water, and it flops its body, rolling with that shell onto the ship. And as it stands on the even ground, it begins to its wings, waves of water coming off of them. You feel like these creatures cannot fly with wet wings. Let's see here. The other ones are going to move on to the docks, and that is going to be their turn because they're getting set up. And the other two, once they pull themselves onto the docks, they're also going to begin to dry off their wings. All right, that's going to be the Pyrausta's turn. Max, you're up.
Okay. How far away am I?
So you are 10 feet from the beginning of the docks, because you had moved a little bit before combat. And you are, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you are about 50 feet walking from the nearest creature, but in terms of like a throwing distance, you're only 35 feet, because you have to go out and around.
Okay. Well, I'm going to run all the way there, and
Okay.
I'm going to bonus action run some more.
You're going to run past it?
No, I'm going to run into it.
Okay. So what's your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30 feet, but with my
So yeah.
Hero of Marathon, I can dash as a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So you reach into that legendary speed of Grecian heroes, and you...
There's no other way. The world had to be fixed.
That's hilarious.
And then just batter up.
All right. Yeah, it is about 5 feet above you, but still easily within reach for your massive visage.
Downward smash.
Downward smash, right? Roll an attack roll.
That is a 16 plus 8 is
That
20.
hits, that hits.
Yep.
That hits.
And that's 2d6s. Which is a 7. Plus 5 is 12. And
Are you going to dump any of your hit dice into that?
Let's smite this motherfucker.
All
I
right,
think
sounds
use
good.
One.
Okay, so you can use your godly smite.
That's 1d12. If heroic smite.
1d12. Yeah.
That's an additional 9. So
Additional
that's a
9?
7, that's a 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 9 is 21 points of damage on my first swing. And
So-
then I'm gonna... If he's not dead, I'm gonna do the swing at him again.
He's not. You bring you bring it downward in a downward smash, and you connect with like where the wing connects to the body, and you feel like a doof as you hit its armor, and right in that moment you decide to pour a little bit of your own vitality into the hit, driving it further down. The creature is resisting and keeping even eye contact with you as it takes that damage, but you can see the denting of its armor as you've struck it.
Okay, if you gotta learn your lesson more than once, and he's gonna swing at it again.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay, well that's a bit better than the one I had before, so
Yeah. Okay, that hits.
that's a 17 rather than 16. Okay, and that's not as much. That's 4 damage plus 5 is 9 damage, and this time I'm gonna put two heroic.
You're gonna put 2 in there? Okay.
This thing just isn't learning its lesson.
I'll
It
remind
needs
you,
to.
you only get half of those back every night.
I know, but I've only used 1.
Okay. Just letting you know.
Okay, well that's a lot. That's 16 plus 9 is 25.
25. See you? This point, you look at it, and if you need to be taught your lesson, and then you're gonna take your club, bring it down again, and at that point, you crack into its body, and it full-on drops to the ground, and it's still alive, but it does not look good. It looks real shit.
Jax holds up a 10 sign.
Run away.
Good
All
job.
right, let's see. That's Max's turn because that's your action, bonus action, and movement. Zinnia, you are about distance-wise 60 feet from this creature. Movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 times 5. You're going to be 60,
Go with me,
75 feet away.
So if I move 30 feet up with Jackson,
Okay. Yep.
how many of them are within 30 feet of me? Just the one?
Within 30 feet of you? None of them.
None of them.
None of them are within distance of you. At this point, now the 3 of you would also be able to see the one that's on the boat and the 2 that are on the docks because they're very loudly fanning their wings.
There's one on the boat, 2 on the docks, did you say?
Yeah, so there's 1 on the boat, 2 on the docks directly in front of the boat, and then 1 much closer on the docks. The one that's currently engaged with Max.
Okay. I can't. There's not a lot I can do. I hate this. Let's just burn a high level spell right off the ground.
Sounds like a plan.
Just all out. Is there a way? Are they all in kind of like a line? If I line it up.
At the current point, there is the one directly in front of you that Max is right in front of, and then the 2 that are on the docks would be angled this direction from you, and then the one that's on the boat would be up one direction from you. So there's not really a way to line them up unless you were to be much closer to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna aim for the 2 in a diagonal line.
Okay.
So Zinnia is going to close their eyes, and they'll open them and they'll start chanting in ancient Greece, but when they speak it sounds like just all these different voices just coming out. And suddenly a wall comes up and you just hear all these pained screams, and they'll cast Wall of Memories.
All right, and they're casting it on top of the 2 at the docks?
Yeah.
Okay. That should be wide enough to hit both of them. Let me pull up the spell real quick. Just so that I have it. Let's see here. Sorry about this. There we go.
It is 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick.
Yeah, 60 feet long. Okay, that'll definitely hit them all then. Yeah, okay. So, there's the Wall of Memories, and their save is a intelligence saving throw?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. This is going to be bad for them. Let me grab some d20s. That's a failure. That's a failure. Okay. I don't even need to know your spell save DC, because they both have a -2 and both rolled sub 10.
Excellent.
So go ahead and roll your full damage.
Points of psychic damage.
25 points of psychic damage. Okay, so the 2 on the docks, Zinnia, you run forward to the beginning of the docks and take your hands and begin to chant. And Jax, who you're right next to them, you hear what sounds like dozens of chanting voices, each slightly discordant in Greek words. There is no incantation here. The chanting more sounds like people giving their worst experiences. You hear some deeper voice talking about dying on a battlefield when they shouldn't have, some lighter voice talking about dying from sickness. This awful concordant group of what sounds like terrible memories. And as they reach their hands out, their eyes begin to glow with this white, purple, pink, prismatic light that then manifests itself in this 60-foot wall in front of the ship. The two Pyrausta, the draconic beetle creatures that are in front of it, begin to scream in pain as they take 25 points of psychic damage. So much psychic damage. Okay. Yeah, and I'm assuming you're putting the wall facing them in terms like facing towards the boat, or do you want to try and keep them away from the boat? It's your choice.
You could keep them away from the boat, so I have it facing like in front
facing
of them
outwards onto the docks.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say that it's right up against the ship, dividing between them and the ship, which is going to inform what they do on their next turn when we get there. Morgan, you are still flying in the air. There is the one that was about to attack you has turned away and ran directly towards Max and Jackson. There's one maybe 10 feet below you on the ship, and maybe 5 feet over. And there's two more on the docks that are currently in pain as they are assaulted by what looks like these prismatic white pink pieces of energy that are coming off of this wall.
Oh, they seem like they're fine. They seem like they're good, you know. Listen, I've been debating between two dumb things. One of them is hilarious, but might not work, and the other is just dumb.
Okay, well you got to figure it out. What are you doing?
Could I?
Do it. Let Jackson make fun of you.
Could I cast polymorph on myself and turn into an octopus?
Do you want to go over the boat first, or do you want to stay in the water, or stay over the water?
I want to stay. I'm not going to drop an octopus bomb on the boat.
Okay, so you technically could. Let me bring up the stats for an octopus.
I've been googling it.
They
this
are
time.
amphibious, aren't they?
They are. Well, no, they actually are water breathing. In terms of D&D stats. May I ask
They can
what
hold
you're
their breath for
intending?
1 hour.
May...
You said their wings don't work when they're in water, so I was like, water creature to get water over, because none of my spells are water-based. They're all fire-based, and we're on a boat.
You realize an octopus is a small beast, so you'd be about this big, right?
Also, we're on a
No,
water
okay, then I'm not
boat.
gonna do that.
You-
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do the other thing.
Okay, do the other thing.
I wouldn't
Can I try and
test how
cast Cause
waterlogged
Fear
it
on the
is.
one below me?
You want to cast what? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Cause Fear?
Oh, cause fear. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Let me pull up the spell real quick. But yeah, you can do that. I believe. What's the saving throw on that one? Wisdom.
It's a wisdom saving throw, yeah.
Okay. A constructor undead is immune to this effect. Okay. Yeah. No. So then. Ooh. Okay. That's a 6 + 1. That's a 7. I'm pretty sure that doesn't beat your DC. So it's considered.
Whoa, dip. The fuck? Hold on, guys. Our audio's cut.
Audio
Okay.
cut?
Okay, I think we're back now.
Oh. I just popped into the stream, and the stream could hear you say our audio was cut. Anyway.
It wasn't
I
my
can-
audio, it was your audio.
What was that, Morgan?
Oh no, is there any way... So we have masts on this thing, right?
Yeah.
Can I land on the mast and then cast a spell?
Yes, you can do that. Okay.
Like
and I'll
high
say
up.
it's already made
Like
the
Jack Sparrow high up.
let's see here. Range 60 feet. Yeah, you can go all the way to the top of the mast, which be about 25 feet tall. So you can go up there if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. So you propel yourself upward with your green magic, this burst of flaring magic as you like rocket man yourself up and landing on top of the mast. Go ahead and just make me an acrobatics check just to see how well you can stay up there, because it's not entirely meant for someone in platforms to be standing up there.
Wow, wow, I see how it is, Aaron. I see how it is. Oh, plus 2, that's not too bad.
Punishing her for
17?
having style.
17? Okay, yeah. That's totally fine. You pop up on top of the mast, standing up there, grasp onto one side of it, and you reach downward, this blackened magic coming out of the green tendrils that were already in your hands, and your eyes go entirely black as you begin to speak in this language that isn't quite ancient Greek, but isn't quite this language of magic. This and as you do that, you see this creature has this black cloud that appears around its head, and it is considered frightened of you. Okay, good to know. So it cannot move closer to you and has disadvantage on everything while it can see you. Do you have a bonus action that you'd like to do?
I don't think I have any bonus action spells. They're all pretty much straight up.
Okay.
So I'm chilling.
Okay, sounds good. Jackson, you're back up. You're at the end of the docks. The creature in front of you, if you wanted to walk, would be let's see here, 45 feet in front of you. But if you wanted to make a check to jump the guardrail of the dock, I would let you do it in your 40.
I think what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Is first of all get a little bit freaked out by Zinnia.
That's valid. Possessed child next to you. Yeah.
Just a little bit. We've all seen some weird shit, but
The Conjuring, anyone?
no.
All right, what are you doing on your turn?
I think what I'll do, yeah, I'll just kind of look at Zinnia, see the wall, feel like those two are kind of being handled. Feel like the one that Max is also handling is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
That leaves the one that's up on the ship, which actually, give me a second, make me a perception check.
Not good. 8.
Then the one that's on the ship, because the wall of memories is opaque, you would actually not currently be able to see the one that's on the ship, because it is, I believe, 10 feet tall, correct, Zinnia?
Zinnia. How tall's the wall of creepy shit?
Oh, it's 20 feet high, so you definitely
20
can't
feet.
see it. In fact, you can barely see Morgan at this point. Morgan is
Damn.
like 5 feet above the wall.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look towards the one, that is currently facing off with Max.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna string my words into something a bit more soothing, almost like a melody.
Oh.
And I'm going to say, join us in death.
Ooh.
And I'm going to use Call of the Void. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
That's a 6 plus 1, that is a 7.
I know I want to die, personally.
That does not. that does not save. Okay. Until the end of my next turn, all attacks against that creature have advantage.
Yep.
As his guard is lowered, as he is being called towards the void.
Yep. All attacks made against target creature are made with advantage. You can use that. What's your charisma modifier?
18. So
18.
plus
So you
4.
can use that 3 more times today. And that's until the end of your next turn. Dope. Okay. So yeah, you say, join us. And at that moment, you see the creature who had been like staring defiantly up at Max, this semblance of intelligence in its eyes, looks past Max towards you, and you see its wings just go limp, as its guard is lowered and it is asking for death. That's so fucking dark. That's so dark. Okay. For next up,
Me
Mr. Marcus, you
mood,
want to move?
I
You want to move?
have a bonus action.
Okay, what do you want to do for your bonus action?
Would you consider this a living creature?
I would. It bleeds.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Not for long.
No, he is 45 walking speed away from you, 40 distance away from you.
Okay, so if I was to move 15 feet, would he be within 30 feet of me?
Yes. Do you want to go the long way or the
Okay.
short way? Long way is going
Go
around
ahead,
the
short way.
guardrail. Sure. Okay, so go ahead and make me. Let's make this your choice of acrobatics or athletics, because you can do either for this.
Acrobatics, please.
Because you can either weave through the bars or try and hop the bars.
I'm making it acrobatics. That is a 12.
A 12. Okay, that beats the DC 10. It wasn't hard. I just wanted to make sure you didn't roll a 1. So you are at this point still moving forward when you're speaking this to the creature. And as you hit the edge of the guardrails, your hands grab onto the top guardrail and you do that thing where you vault your legs through it and just squeeze through that like 8-inch gap and land on the inside of the bridge, sliding a little bit, catching yourself. You would now be considered 35 feet from it. If you wanted to move a little bit closer, you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a bit closer.
Okay.
Just within 30 feet.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm going to peer into this creature's soul with my
Okay.
eyes flashing black for a second as I use my bonus action to use Shepherd of the Afterlife. I learn a vulnerability, resistance, or immunity at the DM's discretion.
At the DM's discretion. Okay, let me pull up its stat sheet again real quick because I was on your class. It has none. 0. There are no resistances, no immunities, nothing.
Cool.
It is a bog standard baby boy. Let's
to know.
see here.
Good to know.
Let's see. And with that being Jackson's turns, it's the Pyrosta. So we've got, I'm going to go down a roll call real quick. There's the one who wants death in front of Max. There's the 2 who are currently screaming in a wall of memories. And then there is the one on the boat who cannot approach Morgan. So let me see here. On a failed save, okay, on the side of the wall. Ends its turn within 10 feet of that side of the wall. So they don't want to take that damage. So they're going to go ahead and use their fly speeds. This creature is going to... does it see the other 3 of you? Yes, it does. Okay. So the one at the farthest end of the docks is... you can see this psychic assault happening to it as it stands near this glowing prismatic wall. And it is going to just panic, take off the docks, cutting across that L shape over the water towards you guys. It's going to be able to go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. Max is actually able to make it to you from its position at the end of the docks. But that's its full dash attack, so it can't, dash action, so it can attack you. The second one, does it see you guys? It does, and this one also is going to go for Max because he's the closest.
Bring it.
Both of them leaving that wall of memories area, and this one does have its multi-attack.
Yeah. Hit the tanks. Hit the
me.
tanks.
Let's see here. Well, it's not going to hit the tanks. I'm pretty sure an 11 doesn't beat your AC.
Ha! No. It bounces off of my rock hard pecs.
And that is going to be a 9. We're getting a different D20.
Ha!
As it's panicked, screeching, running away from this wall, it comes up and it just barely notices you as it's running into you and makes 2 weak claw attacks with its hooked carapace arms. Neither make contact with you though. Let's see. I don't know where that other D20 went. It's cursed though, so it's okay that it's gone. Let's see. That's going to be their turns. The one that's on the boat is... Oh, actually, there's the one that's laying down for death. It can still make its attack, so it's going to go ahead and swing at Max.
Bring it.
Rude.
Does a 16 hit?
16 is my AC, so yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool. I do actually get to hit somebody with something. I just want to harm you. That's all I want. Let's see. That's going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Half to
As
7.
Half to 7, as it brings one of its sharpened, hard arms around one side and just catches you, and where it thought it was going to pierce you, it just stops at Ab,
That's my Nemean fortitude.
And that's even worse. Oh wait, I didn't even roll the attack for that one. I should roll the hit first. That one's going to be 18 plus. Is going to be 24.
To hit, that'll hit.
Yeah. Okay, and then you
One
go ahead and
damage.
take 3 points of slashing damage because it was 6 reduced to 3 because it rolled minimum damage.
I'm on a measly 90 hit points
Yay!
now.
Oh no.
Let's see here. The one that's on
I'm
the
in real
boat
trouble.
can't
You're in
go.
double digits now.
Can one of you, Zinnia, go ahead and roll me a d20. I want to make a decision about this one that's on the boat.
6.
6. Okay, it fails that wisdom save. So the one, Morgan, looking down, the one that you have frightened, you see this semblance of intelligence. They're not necessarily smart creatures, but they have this ability to keep track of, obviously communicate with the others with them, kind of keep track of a battlefield. And you see it look, and it's multifaceted, almost glass-looking eyes looking up at you. And it's going to look back towards where its 3 companions are fighting Max, and you see its eyes flicker at the wall, and it's just going to go dive off the side of the boat back into the ocean.
Good. Fear
That
me,
is
Will.
it values its own survival. Let's see here.
And there's no
So-
skyscrapers around here for it to jump off.
Yeah, I'd be ashamed if you guys did that one again. That would suck. Let's see here. So that's the Pyrusta's turn. Max, you've got 3 in your melee, buddy.
Alright, the one who's yearning for death, I shall grant his wish. Hammer down!
Roll the hit.
That is a 19. I'm gonna re-roll because of advantage.
Okay.
Okay,
Why do
I
you have
didn't.
advantage? Oh,
because of
the yearn for
Jax.
death. Yeah.
I didn't roll higher, so that's a 19 to hit. Wait, no, it's a 20
that-
to hit.
That definitely hits.
Um,
Something you would
and I
definitely
get to
know.
re-roll 1s and 2s because of great weapon fighting.
Yeah, something you definitely know about smacking this creature with your war club a bunch is that even though they've gotten that like chitinous armor, once you apply some pressure to it, it's really not that hard to break.
It's like a lobster, like eating lobster.
Yeah,
Um,
but a lot chewier.
okay, that is 7 plus 5 is 12 damage.
Okay, so you bring your club down and the creature explodes into golden powder. That one is now dead.
Okay, and swing into the one next to me. Bonk.
Okay, there's one over the water and one over the docks. Which one are you swinging at?
Which one looks worse?
Yes.
I'm gonna go for the one over the water and just try and swing it. Just try and fucking smack it into the horizon.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, that's a miss. I rolled a 2 plus 8.
Okay, yeah, definitely. This one, as you're like, yeah, getting really hyped up about having killed a monster, because technically, that's the first monster you've killed on your quest.
Aw.
Yeah. But then you get really excited and you turn to go and smack at the one over the water, and it easily just hovers slightly higher, so your club swings underneath of it. Zinnia, you're up. The closest creature, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, is 35 feet from you, but it's over water. If you wanted to use your movement to get up on the dock, you could probably get pretty close. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't proc for that one.
Hello? Okay.
Hi.
There's 2 left?
There's 2 left that you can see currently. You did not see what happened to the one on the ship.
Okay.
As far as you know, there is still one on the ship with Morgan.
Can I move into a position where I can reach where the 2 are within 30 feet of me?
Easily. Do you want to take the short way or the long way?
Short way.
Okay, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, please. It's
Oh,
just DC 10,
boy.
unless you're better at athletics, in which case make an athletics
Okay,
check.
it's a 19 on the die.
Okay. Then you make it. It was just DC 10. So you seeing Jax pop
20.
through that guardrail, you follow, doing it one-handed instead of having to use both hands like Jax did. You pop up onto the docks. You can feel the wood planks underneath your feet. You are currently, I'd say, 35 feet from both, but you only used 5 feet of your movement from there. So if you want to get close, you can.
Yeah, so I need to get within 30 feet.
Okay. Do you want to stay at the minimum distance from that, or do you want to get closer?
I'll keep my distance.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you would just pop your way. You're basically standing just directly in front of Max at this point. Or sorry, not of Max, of Jackson at this point. That's the problem with having two characters with AX names. But yeah, you can put them both within your range.
I was hit first.
Sweet. So.
True.
Once again, Zinnia is going to be muttering ancient Greek under their breath, but instead this time, slivers of memories are going to start trying to get pulled from these creatures, and I'm going to bestow the forgotten.
Okay, they both have to make whiz savings. Intelligence saves? Oh,
Intelligence
jeez. All right, let me grab another d20.
Don't like it.
Those are real high natural die, but they have minuses. The lower number is a 14.
Nope.
Okay, the second number is a 16.
Also no.
What is your DC?
It's... Oh wait, hang on.
Okay, because your spell save DC is what it goes against. Right now, 20 go.
Oh, sorry, I'm bad at math. I thought it was 17, but it's 16.
Okay, so one would succeed. So the one over the water succeeds. But Max, the one that is like right up in your face, you see its eyes go white, and it looks almost like shards of phantasmal glass start being pulled from its mind towards Zinnia's outstretched hand, as that one is bestowed with the Forgotten condition. Okay. I believe this turn you can just bestow it, and next turn you can deal damage to it, if I remember correctly? Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, sounds good. So you've bestowed the Forgotten on that one. Next person up is going to go ahead and be Morgan. You are up. You are standing on top of the boat, looking like a badass goth pirate. The one that was directly underneath you has jumped off the ship. You can see that the ones that were in front of that wall of memories, which is still there, have flown off to fight Max. They are approximately 5, 10, 5, 15, 20, 30. They're roughly 50 feet from you.
Morgan's gonna kind of hang on to this mast, look at what's happening, and the one that just dived off and goes, I'm getting bored now. This is very disappointing. And we'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
At the beetle. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna cast Hex first, and then I'll cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I realize I do
And
have.
you want to do that to the one on the water, or the one that looks like it has like shards of glass coming out of its head?
Which one looks the most hurt?
They look equally hurt, but one of them has a condition bestowed on it.
Let's...
Glass in head.
That one's got a
well-known
condition.
D&D condition.
I'll do it on the other one to give them a condition too.
Okay, so yeah, you would feel the okay, Hex I believe is also concentration, correct?
Is it? Hang on.
Let me
Oh
double
yes, it is
check.
a concentration.
So that
Hang on,
would
is it a-
drop your
yeah.
cause fear.
Well, that one's already run away.
Okay, just make sure. I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay, so
It's gonna
yeah.
come back now, Aaron. I know you.
So you swirl your hand once, and this green tendril of energy scrolls out from your fingertips, blasting across the battlefield, and you see that creature becomes tethered in these, it looks like lines of green ley line energy around its body, the green reflecting into the night sky off of its shiny, hard body. You've hexed it.
I would like to cast Eldritch Blast, please.
Okay, make me 2 attack rolls, please.
Okay. I'm good at things. First one is a dirty 20.
Okay.
The second one is a natural 1.
Okay, so the second one, do me a favor. Can you, I gotta pull something up real quick. Can you go ahead and roll me 2d6?
No, Aaron. No, I cannot. I don't want to. That's why.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't think you have to.
I
That's
rolled
fine.
a 6 and a 2.
A 6 and a 2, so that's a total of 8. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a d10.
8 plus 6.
Just 1d10?
Added the
No. Just roll me 1d10.
1d10. Oh.
Yeah, just
And that's an 8.
Okay, so this is for your one spell. So as you go to cast your Eldritch Blast, you feel that like that sense of boredom has made you sloppy, and that moment you go to cast the first Eldritch Blast, it backfires in your hand, and there's this flare of Eldritch energy off your palm. As you're gonna go ahead and take 8 points of force damage from your own spell, because that's what Eldritch Blast does, correct? And then the second one, go ahead and roll damage for that one because that hits the creature.
Then. Ha! 10. Screw you, Aaron.
10? Okay, did you roll for hex damage as well?
No, plus 3, so 13.
13. Okay. Yeah. So you reel your hand back, but with your remaining magic, you cast the other half of the spell, and there's this blast of green energy outwards as you deal damage to that one, and it takes that damage. Let's see here. That's gonna put it down to actually, that's supposed to be that number, not that number. Learn how to math, Aaron. Jeez.
Yes, Aaron.
Okay. Anything else in your turn?
I would like to keep an eye on the water.
Okay, good to know. I'll have you facing that direction if anything comes out of it. Let us see here. Next up is going to be Jax. It's back to your turn. You're about 30 feet from the from either creature. Both are currently on either side of Max.
Okay. Is there still one calling for death?
No, that one has been disintegrated in a cloud of golden dust.
That one's call was
Nice.
answered.
Sense of satisfaction.
Phone.
Yup.
The call of the void. It rang.
Ring, ring, motherfucker.
What am I gonna
Okay.
do?
So, yeah, what are you doing? Come on, you're 30 feet. There's still 2
30
who are
feet.
looking pretty decent. They're still not super hurt. One of them not looking great, but, like, they're still up. Danger is not past yet.
Okay. Let me just look up the specifics of a spell real quick. Because I think I can do this.
Okay. This is a reminder for everybody to remember your spells. This is okay, though, because it's session 2. Also, just letting everyone know that Pyroster are on deck, and then Max, you're after them. I know that your plan is just going to be smack, but also, just to remind you. That's just your plan, but let's see here.
Okay, let's do some smack damage.
Alright,
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reach back and pull out my hook sword.
Okay.
Keeping the other hand free. Actually, no. I take that back. I pull out
Okay,
my
don't-
dagger.
Okay. So your hand initially goes for that hook sword, and then you release very quickly going for the dagger. You pull it out. What are you doing?
I'm going to start running towards these two... Running towards to get up next to Max. And on my way there, with my spare hand, this dark energy is going to begin to form into... And you see different faces and shapes as spirits of the dead are coming to my aid as I cast, with my bonus action, Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud. Okay. Let me pull up the particulars. Sure. Spirit.
The damage is going to be necrotic.
Yeah, necrotic damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rush forward, and can I, with my 40 feet, am I able to get within stabbing distance?
Yes, you very easily can get within. You were only 30 feet away, so you can get within stabbing distance. There's the one over the dock. I don't think you would have as easier of a time than the one over the water, so I'm having you go for the one that's on the docks. It's got those like phantasmal glass shards coming out of it.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I am going to take a stabby stab.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Natural 1.
Okay, can you roll me 2d6, please?
Rip.
A 4 and a 1.
So it's a total of 5.
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay. What was the total attack roll?
The total attack roll would be 9.
9. Max, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Ah! God damn it.
Cocked. It was cocked.
Okay.
Between 16 and 6. Okay, that's not good. I'm gonna use Olympic Resilience.
Okay.
That's cocked again. Okay. That's a 15 plus.
Okay,
2,
that
17.
succeeds. The DC was 9. So Jax, as you're running forward, you realize you haven't had a whole lot of time to train with that Hellhound Tooth yet, and that burst of speed is a little too much for you as you're running forward. You trip on the docks, which isn't enough to make you prone and fall over. But as you're going for that swing, you go wide, and as you're trying to catch yourself, the attack almost stabs Max, but Max full matrixes underneath the attack, and is not struck by your attack.
Sorry.
Max's spatial awareness during combat is just off the charts.
Yeah, it's great. It's real good. He didn't even look at you to dodge that attack. Let's see here. So,
Okay.
do you have anything else on your turn? Because I think, that would actually also been really bad. Because if Max had wanted to get healed, he couldn't have gotten healed if hit by that attack.
Yep. I can because I have extra attack. So
Okay, yeah, go for it.
As I'm kind of trying to catch my footing, I retake my stance, and I go in for
Another
a
one.
swipe.
Yeah, roll the hit.
Another one.
Another one.
I'm putting this in jail. That's not a natural one.
That's another. Roll me 2d6, buddy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
10.
10. Okay, I think that one's a little bit better actually. Let me double check. 10.
I'm not using
Okay.
this, guys.
This one, you are a little bit embarrassed about what you've done with Max, so you go for another hit. This one, you stumble a little bit, but nothing particularly bad happens. You just miss the attack.
We're working on your footwork tomorrow morning, buddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna start taking dance classes. Get that shit together. All right.
I'm a singer, not a dancer.
I want to hear Jack sing.
Do it.
Yeah, just as a note, any creature within 10 feet of me has a speed reduced by 10. Creatures of my choice.
Yeah. So you're gonna pick this one, the one that's in front of you.
Yeah. They slow now.
Okay. So at the beginning of the Pyrous's turn, the one with the forgotten condition has to make an int save. So let's see here. That is going to. You said your DC is 16.
Yep.
Not even close then. Cool. So on its turn, it can only choose to take its action or its movement and may not take reactions. Well, it's going to take its action. And since it can't move, it's going to go ahead and make its attacks at the person who is flailing about wildly in front of it. 2 attacks on Jax. It's going to be an 18 and a 16.
Both hit.
Okay. So the first attack, that's going to be 13 points of slashing damage.
13 points. Cool.
Yep. And then the second one is going to be 12 points.
Okay. Total 25.
Okay, so Jax, as you run up, you're trying to hit this thing with its attacks, and it looks at you and immediately drops to the ground. It seems confused for a moment as this swirling energy of these phantasmal glass shards keeps pulling from its mind, and it looks like it's going to run forward, but then it stops full midway and wildly flails its arms at you, dealing you damage as they X-slash across your chest, like cutting open a section of your hoodie, and you can feel hot blood beginning to pour out of the side of you already. That was a hard hit.
They didn't move away from the
That was
did they?
half my hit points, but
They didn't move, no. Well, because they couldn't move.
But
Yeah.
with my reaction,
Yes.
as they hit me, everything goes hot for a second, as a burst of fire begins to engulf them as I use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, sounds good. That's a dex save for them. That's failure.
Why do I keep getting surprised by this class that I designed?
Yeah, you made this.
Yeah, you designed this.
One of the few that I
And what
didn't
you
make.
made
Keep
me.
forgetting
Actually,
things.
half the classes in this exact session I didn't make, which is nice.
And that's
Hold the other one.
13 fire damage.
13 fire damage. Okay. As it hits you, you hear as this flame just spreads outward from your body, this like silver red flame comes out, and sections of its arm just begin to pop with water pressure on the inside of its shell. As you see, it looks almost like massive popped blisters across its hard shell. That's gonna do a decent chunk of damage to it. And that's this.
disgusting.
It's so gross.
Enjoy the heat of Asphodel.
Yeah, Eric, can you actually make me a dex save to see if you get any of the gross blood on you?
No.
Me?
Yeah, you. The one who's in front of it and setting it on fire.
Dex save?
Yeah, just go ahead and make me a dex save. DC 12.
Cool, 14.
14. Yeah, you don't get splashed with gross monster blood. Let's see.
Just
Next
Max.
person up is Max. No, Max would not, because Max is not directly in front of it.
Smash.
Okay, you doing the one with the water or the one in front of Jax?
One in front of Jax. Hit my buddy. I can't
sounds
be
good.
having that.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 19, and as a child of Heracles, that's a crit.
Okay.
That's 6 and 3. That's 9. I'm gonna because I crit. I was gonna save them because I only get to recharge half because I crit. I'm gonna spend both of my. I'm gonna spend 2.
Nice part of sea monster. This is gonna be great.
Okay, so that's an 11 and a 3. So all that doubled is 12 plus 22 is 44. Plus 6 is 50. Plus 6 is 56. Plus 5 is 61 points of damage.
You know when you're playing traditional D&D and like a paladin or a barbarian crits, this is what that is. It's both. Yeah, you are standing there forging this mental connection with this creature. Its memories are sharp and jagged and not fully formed, as its intelligence is not fully there. And you're getting ready. You can feel this pull of magic within you that you've not really gotten a chance to experience yet. And you begin to bring down, pulling on the tendrils of its mind. You can feel the pain you're about to cause it, and then it's gone. And you look and you realize you don't know what just happened. It was there one moment, and then it wasn't. And then you hear like about 60 feet away as its body hits the ocean and vaporizes into dust.
Guys, shout out to RPG for raiding.
Oh, hey, Raid, what's up, guys? We're in the middle of the combat.
What
We're
up?
actually just about to wrap it up
I
soon.
just
We got
fucking
one more
murked a
dragon
monster.
beetle who's about to die. Max, that was your
stole
first
my
attack.
That was my first attack.
You want to hit with your second attack?
It's dead, isn't it?
God.
Yeah, there's still one next to
Yeah, I
you,
was
though.
gonna say the other one. It's okay, the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that one with my second attack. Okay, that is a 18 to hit.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 11 plus 5 is 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning damage. All right.
And then, hold on.
Yeah?
Bonus action, compel duel.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. I believe
Because
that's a
I'm not
whiz
having
save.
anyone else hitting. I'm not having these motherfuckers hitting anyone but me. Jax was the final straw.
Let's see here. It makes a whiz save. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
That's a 2 total.
That's a 2 total, but that's definitely less than my 16.
So,
So it fails.
Yeah. So you hit this creature, and as you do so, you see like you kind of snap one of its wings, and it
Just lock eyes with
Like,
the next one, and I go,
you?
face me!
as it hooks onto the edge of the dock, it just looks at you, and you see this slight glow around its face, as it is now compelled by your magics to only want to fight you. Zinnia! The one creature you had a connection to forged is now dead. What are you doing? You still have your wall of memories up, by the way. I don't know if you can do anything with that, but it's still up.
I can't. I don't think I can move it. bit. Let me check.
I don't
Or
think you
I
can because it runs as all the other wall spells because it's templated off those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You
No
did keep
concentration
going
and
on
do
ship,
something.
though, which is nice because Morgan would have been fucked had you not done that.
I guess I'm just gonna bestow the Forgotten again on the other one.
That's a 13.
That doesn't succeed, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start pulling shards of memories out and try to beckon them towards me and bestow the Forgotten condition.
Yep, that sounds like a plan. Here, give me just a moment. I need to check something real quick. On. Okay.
Give me the
sounds good.
memories.
Sounds good. Okay. Next person up is. Oh, actually, do you want to move forward? Do you want to stay where you are at?
I'll stay where I am.
All right, Morgan, you are on top of the mast of the ship. There is the one creature who is left, and it's got a broken wing, it's got a broken back, and it looks like it's compelled to do only max, and it's still wrapped in the veins of your glowing green hex. Oh, and also it's shedding memories like fleas, so it looks very fucked. It is
It's doing absolutely fine. Can I cast Eldritch Blast again?
Sure, go ahead and roll me 2 attack rolls. Yeah, no, this thing has 3 status conditions on it right now.
That thing's fucked.
Okay.
It's the only status condition that matters.
Okay, do 18 and 15 hit?
18 and 15, the 15 would barely hit, but yes, they both hit.
Still counts! I mean, sophisticated. Still counts. Then Morgan is very specifically with this Eldritch Blast going to look at it, lean forward from the mast and go, and shoot Eldritch Blast that way, because she's an extra bitch, and I love her.
Sounds good. Roll damage for
I
both.
love her so much.
2d10 plus 2d6.
It's a 10 total for the first one. I rolled a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
Second one is a 2 plus 6, so 8.
8. Okay, so yeah, and as you see these 2 intertwining, swirling beams of eldritch energy pop out of your hand as you do so, and it pierces through the back of this creature. Max, as you're sitting there, looking down at it, challenging to fight you, you see 2 beams of energy go through it and strike the dock underneath your feet. As it goes, as there's now these gaping holes in its shell, which green and purple fluid, almost mucus-like, begins to just ooze out of the front of it with these holes.
Look over there. Look at me. Look at me. You're fucked.
This is so
Get
sad.
her now back at me.
Look down. Look at your man. Look back at me. Can I once again check the water and just keep an eye on the surroundings?
Currently, because you use your action to attack, you wouldn't be able to action perception, but I will say at the moment you don't see anything disturbing the surface of the water. Looking deeper would be a full action.
Hi. This game has taught me one thing. Never trust Aaron. Never trust Aaron, always suspect everything.
That's valid. That's so fair. That's so fair. Okay. So next person up is going to be Jax. There's one on the water, and you see like these holes in the front of it, the veins of green energy all across it, the shards of memories coming out of its head, the glowing gold from the compelled. This thing is a Christmas tree of magic. It is every color and form. Do you want to step to the side of Max and try and just like pop into it? Or you can try and use a cantrip to hit it.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
This is a rules question.
Yeah.
If I was to use a spell, a ranged spell within 5 feet of it, would that still count?
We're technically it's still a ranged attack, so if it says melee attacks, it would not count.
Okay, so if it's ranged, I would have to be.
Yeah. Let's see. You're asking for the activations of your spell, right? The one that you've cast on your weapon.
No, chill touch.
Oh, for chill touch. So, what are you trying to accomplish with chill touch?
Okay, you don't have to answer, but does he have less than 16 hit points?
Fewer.
You could make a medicine check.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
10.
10? You have no idea. No idea.
Okay,
You don't
I'm gonna
know
take
monster
10 anyway.
biology very well, and you've never seen one of these creatures before. It
Okay.
looks fucked up, but you don't
I'm
know if it's below 16.
Okay. That's what I'll do. I'm going to walk up within 10 feet of it.
Okay, you are actually technically already within 10 feet of it.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna kind of like stare down at it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna reach my hand out as if to touch it. And I will cast Chill Touch.
Go ahead and
Say, wow.
you stayed 10 feet away from it, so you're not at disadvantage with the spell attack. Just go ahead and roll an attack.
Natural 20.
Okay. Go ahead and
Max
roll.
damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Location of death. That is 32 hit. 32 plus
Finish him.
another 16 from 2d8 from Spirit Shroud.
Go ahead and narrate how you kill this thing. Go for it.
Yes.
We finished.
You're ready for some edge.
Gib.
So, Jackson's gonna look down at it. And will gently bring his hand towards it. And the hand will project this ghostly hand. And it will just slowly stroke down its face. And then, as it begins to fall to the ground, the hand will guide it to the ground as it
Yeah.
dissipates.
So this gentle caress of death magic across the creature's face, it goes still, its eyes go wide, and you begin to see the different magical conditions on it dropping first. You see the compelled duel fade, there is no more gold glow. The forgotten creation condition ends as the glass disappears. The veins of green magic around it vanish, and the creature for just a moment holds still with that grayish silver black hand on its face. And as it tilts towards the ground, it into a cloud of golden dust. That's going to be the end of combat.
What collection
Yeah.
of nightmare people did Chiron send me on this quest with?
Fucked. This is y'all picked some Underworld kids, and that was by accident and awful. I'm
And a
outlawing
himbo.
Underworld kids in the next campaign.
Um,
All future characters are not allowed to be from the Underworld.
Zinnia's gonna drop the wall.
Yeah, the wall of memories. And as the wall of memories, as that hits, you feel this like quiet take over the night, where you hadn't realized how much noise that wall was creating until after it was gone. But the four of you stand there. Zinnia still standing on the docks, closest to the shore. Max and Jax standing next to each other over the now powdered dust of this creature.
Max is like,
And Morgan up on top of the ship. Zinnia, what are you doing?
Do I recognize what they were? Can I make a history check?
Yeah, make me a history check. We'll see if you can remember.
can I do the?
That's a 23.
Never mind.
That's valid. Okay, so that one is some form of a monster that appears in many different forms, known as a Pyrausta, which is this dragon insect. The mortals have their own little butterfly versions of these, but in the mythical world, these can appear in basically any form of combined dragon and insect. And that's what these were.
Scary.
Yeah, very spooky. These ones seem to have.
Pasta?
Yeah, I can put the name in the chat. Give me a second.
Yes.
There you go. You have successfully defeated these. These ones seem to be more of this like hooked beetle abomination. But there have been other versions. You've seen moth versions. You've seen versions that are more like dragonflies, more like mosquitoes. In the book studies, Mothman. It'd actually be moth dragon. Thank you very much, or dragon moth.
Is
Moth
it
dragon.
Mothman? Mothman.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Jax, you okay? You got hit. Are you doing good?
Bleeding. Kind of hurt.
Come on now, let's
I'll
get you
be
back to the I'm gonna scoop Jax up like a fireman.
I am
Yes.
immediately breaking out of that grip. You have
Good.
no idea how fast I'm breaking.
Contested grapple here? Or are you
Can
gonna
I
let
not
him?
use acrobatics to escape?
You can. That's still a contested grapple check.
Yes.
Max, you gonna let him go? When he asks you to let him go?
If he asks me to let him go, I will, but if he hasn't said any words yet.
Okay.
No, I'm breaking out first before I say
Okay,
anything.
I rolled a 17 on my athletics.
Okay, and then acrobatics for Jax?
14.
14. You like squirm, but this just iron biceps are just around you. And it's honestly warm. It's nice. It's a little cold out tonight.
Let's get you back to the ship, buddy.
It's like underneath you,
Max, let me go.
muscles
Max,
feel
let
like
me go before I kill you.
Are you saying that? Okay, then he's just gonna put you down. It's like, oh, sorry, buddy.
it felt like the moments
Drops
that you
him.
were up there. It felt like sitting on a bag of softballs is what his muscles were like. It's just bulging like it's he has
Max
no
is
right
a
to be that.
great hugger.
Jackson's skin was cold to the touch. You would notice.
Okay.
Like, I
Anyway.
think he just has like ice packs sewn into his coat, so his skin is always cold.
The edgiest fucking thing
Just
I've
like
ever heard.
Anyway,
for the aesthetic.
I appreciate is the right word. I kind of look up towards Morgan, hoping that they can hear. Appreciate?
We should still get that looked at.
Yeah, you still do have this massive X cross across your chest, and it's still bleeding. It's not like
Should
yeah.
probably drink some nectar.
We I got some regular mortal medical supplies in my bag. First aid kit.
I'm not sure a band-aid's gonna like heal this.
Well, you know, you don't want it to get infected.
Also, Max, you would have a set of sutures and the correct tools to give stitches if needed to in the
Yeah.
medical bag.
Had to give lots of those in the sword arena.
Of course he did.
Yes, Morgan, I see a hand.
Can I make a perception check?
Go for it.
I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I don't trust Aaron. Every time it's like, oh, everything's calm, the battle's over. Aaron's like, did you want a snake?
I'll give all the snakes. Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, you want some Pringles, huh? There's a snake in the Pringles tube.
There's a snake in my
Snake
boot.
leaps out of the Pringles. Snake in my boot. I forgot I have good perception. That's a 19.
You see no version of unnatural movement among the waters of the ocean. Taking a quick scan of the horizon, you don't see any other boats out at this point in time, and there doesn't seem to be anyone on the beach, at least not near you. In the distance, closer to like the town, you can see that there's cars moving back and forth along the highway. In fact, the bay that you kind of entered, this river area, has a highway going over it. I don't know if you remember, but you guys had to go underneath that with your boat. You can see the occasional car going along there, but no monsters of any kind.
Then Morgan is going to step and Misty step down.
Okay.
Just burning through these spell slots, okay? I don't feel like Aaron will be like, make an acrobatics or athletics check to climb down, and Morgan will fall like 10 stories.
That's actually how Morgan dies. Can be fortunate.
Dungeon Master.
Yes.
I have a spell called Aid that like gives you 5 hit points.
Yeah.
But it's like 10 for the.
It would increase your hit point maximum. Yeah.
Well,
So
it
it
gives
would
you
also
5 hit
feel
points
that
and
amount.
increases your maximum. I was like, can I use that to like scar it over so it stops bleeding?
Yes, you can absolutely do that if you'd like to cast that.
Yeah, so I'm using a combination of regular like stitches, and then I'm also using a little bit of my very, very basic magical healing to fix him up.
Yeah. So, Jax, if you allow Max to take the time once you get to the ship to begin to just suture the edges of your wound closed, like
Yeah.
just at the deepest, like right below your ribs, where that might actually become an issue. Because over the top of like your chest, that's mostly superficial, and just a band-aid over that'll fix. But down near the bottom is where it actually needs to get sutured.
Yeah. Okay, I'll allow that while I take a bit of a sip of nectar from my bag.
Okay, Max, go ahead and roll a medicine check at advantage because between the nectar, the magic, and your training.
Okay, that's good. That's not as good. So that's
Also, if this is like so
15.
this is you're using the kit for this, right?
Yeah, I'd be using a first
Are
aid
you
kit.
saying you're proficient in those, right?
I don't have it written down as a proficiency, but I imagine I would be after 7
Yeah,
years
I
of
would
camp.
tend to agree with that if you want to write that down because we that did come up in the backstory, so I'll let you write that down.
So that's a 15.
Okay, yeah, go for it. That's you easily takes maybe 10-15 minutes to get all those closed between the nectar and everything. How much hit points did you regain, Jax?
That would be 6 plus something.
Okay, so nectar would be +2. If you rolled 2d4, it'd be 2d4 +2 because nectar.
Yeah, so that would be 8.
Okay,
As
go ahead.
I'm healing Jax, everyone else would also feel a little better because I can target 3 people with aid, so why not?
Yeah, so all of your guys' hit points increase temporarily. It's not temporary hit points.
For
you just have
8
an active-
hours.
Yeah. So basically, it's the length of your rest if you were to start resting now.
This reminded me
Zinnia's-
that I forgot to say something about Morgan. Do you want to go first, Zinnia?
No, go.
Let's go. Say with the fact. Also, yeah, for the chat and everything, Morgan got a camp half blood shirt, and has just pretended that she lost it ever since. So she just wears crop tops that are black, and with it you can see it's not really hidden at all. There is a large scar on the side of her stomach. It looks almost like it could be an appendix scar, but it's much larger and like jagged.
It's almost
Someone stole Morgan's kidney. Okay.
Yeah, someone
Good to know.
again. She just running out of kidneys. Like, want a kidney, Jax?
Kidney? Kidney. Zinnia's gonna turn to Morgan, seeing that they were up on the mast before, and just going, "Did you see any more Pyrasta there?"
No, I think the last one scurried away. I think it got scared between the smashing, the darkness, the memory magic, and the spooky. Good job, team.
That was real good.
Well, but successful.
Very scary, but good job, you all. Good teamwork. We should probably get some. Oh, I've been hit.
Oh, I've been hit.
You can say we should probably get some rest. I'll get a fire going right after I deal with this, and he's gonna start stitching up his own wound.
Yeah, very easily practiced. I would say the next 45 minutes between the 4 of you, you could run back down to the beach, get the stones that you need to make a makeshift fire pit in the middle of the ship.
And then I have a fire starting kit with me.
Yeah, and you get the
As
fire.
soon as he pulls it out, can I just juice flame on my hand and slowly lean out?
Yeah.
Sat there
So
with the
as-
flint and steel.
And then Morgan just rocks up with green fire coming off the tips of her fingers.
Oh, that's handy.
Very much so.
Yeah, and you start the fire. and
That's a little fire
as
starter.
soon as the fuel takes over from the magic, it shifts back to that normal orange-yellow color of fire.
Okay. Well, we'll use this to keep warm. Has everyone got some sleeping stuff with them?
Each of you would have a bedroll, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Work out a watch order, or do we all stay up and tell each other stories?
I think we could telling stories. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Max, darling, we're gonna go over sarcasm one day.
Okay.
So
But
mean
we
to the
could-
poor-
Tell a story, Max.
We could tell stories if you really want to, I guess.
Why? If you guys don't want to, we don't have to. I just thought that could be fun
No,
for like
no.
team building.
You're right. Actually, this is going to be a fun team building exercise. Everybody tell a nice story about themselves.
Well, when I was 7, and I left school, my mom took me and we climbed up Mount Olympus, but not the one with the gods on it. The one in Olympus, Washington, in Olympia, Washington.
Very impressive.
It was real fun.
Sounds fun. It's so hard to be mean to Max. It's so hard to be mean to Max.
Then don't be mean to Matt. Be nice to the himbo.
Morgan, your
Slow
turn.
burn in this friendship.
We can hand wave this
Huh.
if we need to.
No,
If you-
Morgan
it's
is literally just. This is all in character.
No,
Morgan
we
is
want
like,
story time.
This is all
No,
of
we
your
need
guys.
story time.
Hand raise if you want to RP this. Seeing
Okay.
one, I'm seeing 3 hands, 4 hands. Okay. Just be timely about it, but yeah, you guys go for it. Have fun. I'm having a good time listening.
I went to boarding school in England and it was cold.
Cool.
Max, how about you?
Oh, Jax is gone. I cast invisibility.
Where I'm gonna
my
put my hand
God.
out to where Jax was.
Yeah.
Do I
Gone.
hit him? He's gone. Okay.
Everyone, tell me your passive perceptions and roll stealth at advantage, Jax.
Oh, my passive is 13.
My passive is 9.
Morgan, what's your passive
I am
perception?
not a perceptive. I think my passive is 12. I am not a passive
It's
person.
10 plus your perception bonus.
18.
Oh, 10 plus my perception bonus. In that case, that's a 15.
Okay, yeah, so you're all
18 still.
there and you go, Jax, how about you? And you look over and there's just no one in his spot. His bedroll's laid out. It's all his stuff is there. He's just
Okay.
not there.
We'll get him on the next one. Zinnia, we haven't heard much from you. You just got here, so you want to tell us a little something about
Do-
yourself?
Would you like to know something about me or someone else?
About you, preferably.
Well, I do really well in school.
Okay, that's more of like a fun
Vanilla.
fact, less of like a story.
Well, I once beat up a bully.
Oh, cool. What did he do? Or she?
It was a he. It was multiple. It was like
That's awesome.
3. And I just beat him up because I knew how to fight already.
That's really cool. You gotta tell me some more about that sometime.
I just remembered training to fight, so I just.
But do you
thought-
remember you training to fight, or do you remember?
Is it like
was
someone else?
Someone else, yeah. I think he was like a Spartan soldier, maybe, but it gets a little
Cool.
bit muddled sometimes.
Spartan, cool. That's really cool.
Love it.
Okay, this has been fun, but it's getting late. We gotta be up early in the morning, so yeah, lights out. We taking watch. Is anyone want to volunteer for first watch?
I'll take first watch. And
You
you
guys
hear
are-
a voice behind
Jeez.
you, Max.
Yeah.
Holy
Disembodied in
Hera!
the darkness.
Get used to that.
All right, okay.
I reappear. Just I'll take first watch.
So, who's taking second and third? We'll do 3 watches.
I'll take third.
Take second.
Okay. Max, I'm assuming you're taking third because you get up super early anyway.
Yeah, I get up super early. So.
Okay. So, first watch. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Jax.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, here I go
Really
dying again.
It's not a natural 1.
It's not a natural one.
It's
That's-
a 2
That's a lot for you.
plus 3, 5.
5. You are so concerned with making sure that you are hidden across the course of your watch, like even after your invisibility drops, that you are a bit too distracted to notice anything happening outside the confines of the boat specifically. And when you are focusing on the boat, Max's snoring is the loudest fucking thing in the world. And you are not able to perceive anything during your watch, but you also do not experience anything during your watch.
It's just a dagger. I could.
You could just kill him. You could.
I
roll me
go into my
over.
bag. I grab my headphones. I just start listening to music to like tune out the snoring.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm checking some of my notes real quick.
You could just roll me over, and I wouldn't be snoring anymore.
On his fucking face. And his mother.
I'm just gonna put on my headphones and tune him out.
Okay. Next watch. Zinnia, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That's a 0.
We are a group
We're
of
not wise.
unwise motherfuckers.
Python could be standing over you, and you wouldn't. Honestly, Zinnia, what I'm gonna say, you wake up
I
from your
wrote
watch,
it.
and you fall the fuck back to sleep.
Not 1, and I have a -1
So you just
to my perception.
you wake up after Jax kind of like, you know, does his goth thing, wakes you up. You look around once, fall back asleep. Max,
I'm so proud of
you
this team.
wake up by yourself because you had your own little watch alarm set for the time that you were supposed to do your watch, so no one would have to wake you up because you're ready to go. And you feel the ting, 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 ting on your wrist,
I'll just turn that off.
and you look around, and all of your teammates is currently on watch.
I guess Zinnia finished her watch and just went straight on back to sleep.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna head out and do my watch.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That is a 15 plus 3 is 18.
Oh, look, a perception check. I've been looking for one of these all night. So,
My wisdom is plus is nothing.
So Max, you, as you get up, just do that thing where you are up, you are awake, and you just start doing your morning exercises,
Doing
going
my
through your day,
stretches.
doing your stretches. At one point, you're doing your toe touch, and you bend over to do your toe touch in the morning, and it's this. You look up, and you can see the sun just beginning to rise over the edge of the horizon. This uncut, clear view of the Atlantic Ocean out in front of you, and you can see this pod of dolphins going up and down the river next to you.
Oh, that's nice.
Adorable.
I do
And-
something before everyone else wakes up, just as a thing.
Okay. How early do you wake up? This is an important question.
I said she would wake up probably at Max's alarm, but not actually get up until about like 20 minutes later.
Okay, then this will take place before that.
Okay.
Is the thing. Because this is like 5 minutes after Max wakes up.
Aw.
Oh, because
Okay.
Max's thing was going to take place at sunrise. The thing I DM'd you about with the items that I asked to have in my bag.
Yeah, this is before that even too.
Okay.
Because you're just seeing the touches of sunrise. You're
Okay.
barely. The sun isn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
properly risen yet. It's golden and pink
Daybreak.
sky.
Dawn.
Daybreak over the sky. Max's perception check. You would hear something to the south. You look that direction. You hear like a flapping of wings. And you see that flying north, southbound, is this white Pegasus. And you can see that it has a rider on top of it. They don't necessarily look like they're flying towards you, but they're flying in your direction.
Hey!
Okay, you begin to wave?
Yeah.
Let me just...
I'm just gonna point at my Count Half-Blood t-shirt.
As you do that, you see that this figure begins to approach. This flying Pegasus coming near. It's white, like most of the camp Pegasi, and onto the ship, onto the hull of the ship, lands. The rest of you are all awoken. Morgan, you were just laying there, but you heard Max go, "Hey!" and you looked up right in time to see this Pegasus land on the hull of the ship. The other two, Jax, Zinnia, you are awoken. And the three of you laying on the ground would look up and see this beautiful white Pegasus, wings extended and stretching. And on its back, saddled there, is a young woman, athletic, maybe 15, 16, with suntanned skin and long blonde hair pulled behind her. Imi, would you like to introduce your character, please?
Howdy, campers. What did I miss?
Imi, you have just landed on the hull of this almost rotting looking soaked ship after one of the campers who was sitting on it, orange shirt, fully out, pointing at his shirt, letting you know this is the people that Chiron sent you to go look for. Since you've now landed on the ship, you see that one of them who was doing his stretches and pointed out to you, this muscular ginger guy you recognize to be Max, someone you've known from camp. There is Jax and Morgan, who are both campers who have been around for a bit of time, so you would know their names, not necessarily know them very well.
Mhm.
There's another person with this multicolored brunette, red, brown, blonde hair that's all mixed in these different patches with this like vitiligo skin and heterochromia that you don't recognize. If you'd like to introduce your character, go ahead and describe what your character is and perhaps introduce yourself.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Lena. I'm Lena King. I'm a child of Eos, the goddess of the dawn. Chiron sent me to be your navigator because apparently none of you know how the fuck to pilot a boat.
We don't know how to sail.
No, you don't know how to sail. You've never been sailing.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
When we have a boat. I'm just gonna drop what Lena
Great.
looks like on the screen real quick. This is the hero forge of Lena.
Yeah, that'll pull up for us in about 20-30 seconds.
So pretty.
Yeah. So, you know, we've got Alina, which is pretty dope. You, Lena, pull yourself off of your Pegasus. Are you going to send it back to camp, or are you going to keep it hanging out on the ship?
Keep it around for a little bit.
All right. So you take the bridle and go and tie it to a section of one of the guardrails at the edge of the hull. And now you stand there, fully clad in your armor, tired and weary from your journey north, because you flew through the night to get here. But you are here now, and there are 3 shocked individuals. Is anyone doing anything?
I have a clarifying question.
Yes.
Is Imi officially joining us? Just tell me if Imi's gonna be here, because this
This is pretty great. Yeah, Emi's gonna be around for a while. It's gonna be good.
Yeah! You get to say it. Also, a vote of appreciation for Imi just actually being Annabeth right now, because that wig is amazing.
The
Very
Annabeth
good.
similarity is unintentional.
It is.
That was part of character creation. I
Everything.
did laugh at Emi.
Lena is more tan than Imi, is the thing.
Ah.
Imi is pale as the moon, unlike Lena, who is sun-kissed. Ah, Beans, I've knocked the audio cable again.
There we go.
We're back.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Oh, gee. Okay. So, is anyone doing anything when Lena first arrives?
Oh, hey! I
I'm
didn't
gonna
think
drop
it
the
would
green
be you.
fire spell she had gathered.
Yeah. So,
I thought it might be
Zinnia will,
someone, you know, water-related, but that's cool.
How water related I can sail. That was the only requirement.
I mean, that's fair enough. Don't get me wrong.
Did you want Percy Jackson?
Percy's busy. Percy has stuff going on. Chiron mentioned that Percy's on a quest, so.
Yeah, that was all of you would be aware that Percy is indeed on his own quest.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the team.
Good to be here.
You
Yeah.
seem thrilled.
Very thrilled to be here.
Morgan's gonna lean over to Zinnia and Jax and go, "This is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Watching
Well,
this happen."
I don't
Jackson
think I've
kind
ever
of like
met a child of Eos.
I think I'm the only one actually currently alive.
This is Jax and Morgan, and this is Zinnia. She's a child of Levi,
They.
the memory river.
Birdie?
Yep.
They.
They, sorry. They are a child of Levi, the memory river.
Oh.
Well, technically it's the River of Oblivion. It just holds a lot of memories.
Right.
if you wanna, no, never mind. Don't worry.
Hi.
Welcome to this mixed match of minor gods.
And now a
Painful.
Titan.
Hello, leader.
Yeah, now I tied.
And
Now a
and
Titan. Wonderful. And you can navigate, so we can actually go somewhere without getting completely and utterly lost. Speaking of going somewhere,
Right, yeah.
does anyone
we're-
want to set off?
We should, but first of all, we gotta go through our morning routine. We're gonna do some exercise.
Oh, God.
And he's gonna reach into his back pocket and pull out an air horn and blare it.
Is this compulsory?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I had something planned real quick. If that's okay. I might skip.
Well, sorry, it's not. You gotta do it, especially after last night. You kept falling over. We gotta work on that footwork. Don't worry, it's not gonna be heavy. It's not gonna be a heavy exercise. It's gonna be nice and easy to get us warmed up for the morning.
I
Skip the air horn next time, please.
Hey, he got you up. Okay, campers, let's go. And he's gonna go into his bag and find his little portable speaker, and he's gonna start playing his workout mix.
Okay. And as the five of you begin to get acquainted over Max's compulsory workout, Lena, Lena, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, actually, just to see if you're exhausted from going through the night.
Can I I'd probably, if I saw Lena was really tired, I'd probably let Lena off of it.
So we'll see whether or not Lena's exhausted.
Yeah.
This is not for the
D20.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. So Constitution saves, that is plus this number here. That's plus 3.
Yeah.
So that's a 19.
19.
Okay, so then no, you would not have a level of exhaustion. So Lena seems tired but not unable to do exercise.
Okay, then Lena's doing the exercise. And I just want to say, Max's version of a light workouts, unless you work out regularly, would be quite tiring.
And as we do those workouts, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our real life break while our characters are getting exhausted. So let's see here. It is the 50 right now, so we're going to go ahead and come back on the hour mark in 10 minutes. Taking our 10-minute break, just to give everybody a time to get up to get some water, go maybe have a snack. Even though I'm right here, still, we want to make sure that everybody's happy. So we'll see you all in just a little bit.
Bye.
Take us out. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to this week's episode of Dungeons and Demigods on Azure Wings.
Dungeons and Demigods.
Nice to see you all. Just to recap what happened in the first half of the episode, our intrepid heroes went off and took dock at this random river dock on the east coast, where they then fought for Pyrosta, these insect dragon beings. They defeated these beings, and they went to rest. They each told some stories about themselves around a campfire, went to sleep. The next morning, Max, our child of Hercules, was up walking around doing his exercises when he noticed a Pegasus flying towards them, the person Chiron sent to help them sail towards the Sea of Monsters. And we now have our new player, Lena King, played by the wonderful Emmy.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. And we're all hanging out as the 5 of them have just begun to do Max's awful exercises that he has decided everyone must do.
Okay, so we're starting off. We're gonna do some light jogging around the beach, and then
I need to help Jax with his
Jax
issue.
is doing the
Yeah,
Jax. After last night, we gotta
very
work on your
important
footwork.
underworld
Okay.
things to do, and Morgan's gonna misty step away.
And Jax is gonna do the same.
I want to point out Jax can do that once a day, and you just burnt that. Okay.
Yeah.
They moved 60 feet away. Where the fuck are they?
Misty Step's only 30 feet away.
Zinnia
30
does
feet
it
away.
right.
I can run faster than you can Misty Step, motherfuckers.
Important underworld business. We'll be back.
Where do they go?
We'll be right back, promise.
Where do
I
they
owe you. I'll do it later.
Where do they go?
Yeah, we'll work.
Yeah,
Look
where
at that.
are you two headed? Because you're on a dock.
On the beach.
Okay, what are you trying to do on the
You're
beach?
going to the beach. That's where I'm going. That's where we're all
Max
going.
also had-
Max said he had an important thing to do. He had underworld things to do, so I went to go supervise him because I'm a responsible camper. I'm helping my fellow children of the underworld.
If they're headed to the beach, that's also where Max is going. Max is gonna
So-
dash to the beach.
Hey.
So, Lena, Zinnia, you see that these 2 underworld children, both their different effects of magic, green energy taking Morgan, and this silver-black energy taking Jax, as the 2 of them teleport down onto the docks and begin to walk towards the beach. Max one-arm vaults off the side of the boat with his exercise equipment and lands on the docks, and also begins to just like lightly jog after them, keeping pace with the teleporters.
My mixtape is going, so right now it's just Thunderstruck playing as
Going down the beach. Zinnia, Lena, you 2 are on the boat. Is there anything you'd like to do while the 3 of them are doing their shenanigans? I'll get to them in a second.
I'm just gonna, whilst Max has run off, I'm just gonna kind of ignore him and step back and just start looking around the boat. Just to see what we're working with here, because Chiron didn't give me many details on like the condition of the ship.
Okay. And Zinnia, as you see Lena look around and begin to inspect things, what are you doing during this time?
They'll just like kind of like just sit to the side, and they'll offer like little tidbits of information. Like it's called the Anaskion. It came from, I don't know what else I had in my notes.
From
I
your
think
mom.
It came from my.
I mean,
it came
It
from
did.
my
That sounds like a sick your mom burn, but it's just true.
It did. I just
You
have
take
the
like
name. I
1d4
don't
points
have
of
any.
psychic damage off of that? Jeez. Yeah, so go ahead and roll an investigation check at advantage, Lena, because you're looking around the ship. So just roll the d20, and then in your skills, there's a section labeled investigation, and you're going to go ahead and add that.
That's not fantastic.
It's an advantage, though.
So it's in here. Oh, advantage, so you get to roll it again, babe.
Okay.
So you get to add +1 to it, so that would have been a 10.
Mhm.
So roll again. That's a natural 1. Okay, so a 10.
So 10.
10, yeah.
Looking at it, it's a boat. It seems mostly functional in that there's ropes everywhere. The sails are properly in place, though collapsed at this point. You see that it is in the form of a trireme, so the sails are only meant for once you're out in the ocean. Getting out of the river is going to be mostly people rowing, and it looks like it can accommodate anywhere between like 30 to 60 rowers.
Mhm.
And there's 5 of you.
Cool.
But the entirety of the ship is the wood is not structurally broken, but it has this weird rotted wood texture to it, and everything is waterlogged. You don't understand it. Even the sails, which should be damp at best, are like dripping water still.
Okay.
Like there has not been a single dry spot on this entire ship.
Okay, well that's interesting. I don't think the entire ship should be damp.
It's wet.
Harder to set on fire, if it's wet at least, but that's not very good for like slippiness. Someone could slip. I don't have
And you're saying
anything
this
about
out
that.
loud?
I'm just gonna be like muttering to myself as I walk around the ship, just like, this is not a good conditioned ship. It's not in the prime of its life.
Yeah. Zinnia, do you do anything during this time as this gift from your mother is being just like this is a bad ship?
Just gonna watch.
Okay, so the two of you
silently
are basically just in this comfortable quiet as your Pegasus. What was the name of your Pegasus again, Lena?
Minstrel.
Minstrel. Has done the horse thing of putting the knees down and is resting on its legs, wings covering its back end. Now, on to the beach people. Jackson, where are you headed first? Where are you what is your intended goal? Are you just faking the whole underworld thing, or do you have an actual plan?
I have an actual plan.
Okay, what's the goal?
I want to send an iris message.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
That would be a 18.
18. Okay. You currently don't have a way to create a rainbow unless you have something that I'm not aware of in your inventory. But
are you sharing with Max that you want to do this?
I was asking out of character. So if he turns around and tells Max, yes. But at this point, it was just me asking.
I do not. But if Max is there, and I know that Max sent a message.
Speaker.
Max, if I promise to do the workout, can I have something to help send an iris message?
If you need to send an iris message, you could have just told me. It felt like you were just trying to get out of exercise.
Well, there's a bit of privacy to it.
Okay, I can do that. I mean, it's literally just I'm just gonna try and fucking use my legs and power kick the water, and just try and kick up some spray.
Roll an athletics check.
Yes.
Oh, you're there, by the way. You're
So
with
Morgan took
25.
his distraction and is now sneaking away.
Roll stealth check.
Are you sure you don't want to stay, Morgan?
Jax,
But
what's
Morgan
your
will still listen, but she's
13.
Okay. Morgan, what's your stealth check?
let me add my stealth. Damn it, I didn't put that in. +2. 14.
Okay, that's higher than either of their passives. So, Max, you full kick you lean your leg down off the side of the dock and just kick the water, the like brackish greenish water from this morning coming down off the river. And the spray it sends up is a rainbow that lasts
I'm like pedaling my legs. That's what I was imagining.
Okay. You sit down your equipment, your speaker, and everything like that. You jump in the water because that's going to be the easiest way to do that.
We were on the beach, weren't we?
You guys were still on the docks at this point. You haven't made it to the beach yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get into some shallow water and just sit on my ass and start kicking my legs like crazy and making a sea spray.
Yeah, with a 25 athletics, you can do that. Jax, you can see there is now a rainbow about 4 feet off the beach into the water.
Great cardio.
Sitting there looking like a 12-year-old keeping his feet in the water.
6'4".
I will throw a drachma into it I'll throw a drachma and I'll say.
You're kind of at a distance. You have to like toss it. Okay.
Okay.
Morgan, at this point, neither of them have noticed that you've begun to walk away.
Well, I'm still listening, so I want to listen into this as I'm stealthing away.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Jax, who are you calling out for?
Now I know this works.
Okay.
Goddess of Rainbows. Show me Thanatos.
Oh, I turned around.
Okay.
I'm walking back.
Okay, you're walking back. I gotta make some rolls here. I gotta make some decisions here. Give me a second.
You can use iris messages on gods.
You can if they allow you to.
If they allow it. If they allow it, and this is their
Why
son.
I'm making decisions here. I'm making decisions. Give me that one. I need actually use these.
Just video chat my dad real quick.
Just,
I'm calling in a favor.
that one is. I didn't decide what the parameters were for the roll before I made the roll, so now I need to re-roll. Okay, the parameters are. Okay. 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 Go ahead and roll me just a straight d20.
I'm gonna roll my gay d20.
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay. Interesting. Can one of you, we'll say, Lena, can you roll me a d4?
It's a 1.
1.
This is why I was just like, are you sure you want to leave?
One.
You sure you want to leave, Morgan?
One.
Yeah, I was like, I want to listen in. And back I come.
Okay. So, you Iris message. Oh, Iris, goddess of rainbow, show me Thanatos. And you huck the coin in, and it disappears into the air. And Max, you hear this? But it's one of those things like, oh, I must just be paddling too hard. There's no way he's calling for his dad, right? There's no way. And you look up, and because the Iris message is in front of you. And you look up, and there is just a hooded figure with this, like, silky gray-skinned, sharp jawline, everything else covered by a hood.
He very nearly stops pedaling, but he keeps going.
And there is a person there. You would not have the experience to. Okay, no, yeah, just you do you. This is what you see. Is you see that face. There is no spoken words, nothing else.
Hello.
There's a slight nod.
Father.
There's a slight nod.
We have a ship from the underworld. You may know of it, the Anision?
Eniskion, but he does not say
Eniskion.
anything at anything at this point.
The Anision. I was wondering if I could maybe get some assistance with maybe a crew. Ghost crew.
Roll me a d20. Add your persuasion.
So we're getting a literal skeleton crew.
You don't know. It might not happen.
Maybe.
17.
17? Okay. The Iris message vanishes.
Nice talking to you.
Max's legs just.
Yeah, at this point, you've been paddling for a solid, like, minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Did you just call death?
Yeah.
On a rainbow phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a hot second. I'm just gonna process that, and and then we'll start with our exercise.
Morgan walks away as soon as the call is over.
Morgan, come back here.
No.
This isn't optional.
Bye, darling. I'll see you afterwards.
I'll look over to the ship. Is anything happening on the ship?
At the moment, no. You stand there on the beach, not sure whether or not you've been heard. Or listened to. You've been heard. But now there's an expectant-looking Max sitting on his ass in the water.
This was the deal. He's getting up. Dusting the sand off his ass.
Can you make me a perception check, Max?
Oh, no.
17.
Yeah, you see a slowly slinking away Morgan headed
Morgan!
away from that thing.
Bye, Maxie, darling.
Morgan, it's gonna be worse later.
Aha, sure thing, dear. I'll see you afterwards. Have fun.
It's gonna be worse later.
Not if I can help it.
You don't even know.
Lena and Zinnia.
Oh boy.
Lena, at this point, you've completed your rounds of the ship. You've taken inventory of all the things. They have enough to set sail. They have supplies to fix the ship if it's damaged. There's not a whole lot else going on here. They've each got their own little rations that are in their bags. They've got clothes. You've got your rations. But there's not a lot going on in terms of inventory. And Zinnia, this other child who's been there, they've been watching you and occasionally giving helpful tidbits of information about the ship whenever you've been walking around, but the two of you have been mostly in silence. Have either of you chosen to do anything during this time?
No, just been wandering around, checking out the ship.
There's this semi-awkward yet comfortable silence on the ship when Zinnia, you would be standing at the edge of the guardrail and you look out at the beach and you see at this point, Jax, go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Jax?
Yeah, Jax.
Natural 1.
You see that there is Max, who is full on doing jumping jacks. That's ironic.
We're starting off with some cardio. We're doing a little jog.
This is a little bit into it. You guys have done your jog already.
Okay, we're focusing on footwork.
Yeah, and then you see that there is Jax, who is just full flapping the rubbery arms, just sweat pouring down the goth hair. At this point, Jax, would you have taken your hoodie off? At this point, is the hoodie still on?
Yeah, the hoodie would have been taken. I would have.
Yeah, the hoodie like tied around the waist, just rubbery, and you think that's hilarious. And you hear a noise that's very similar to that. That goes. What are you doing?
They're going to investigate the noise.
Okay, as you turn around to investigate, you are nose to nose with this person who is just behind you.
They're gonna shriek.
Yeah, everyone around, you're distant enough, except for Morgan would have to make a perception check, because Morgan, you've gone off on your own at this point, correct? Morgan, where have you gone, actually, just to clarify where you're at?
I walked into wherever the docks connect to. I've just walked up to there.
Okay, well, so the decks connect to the beach, or the docks connect to the beach, and a little bit off the ways of the docks, there is a put-in ramp that then goes all the way up to a boathouse that is near the edge of the road that leads to the town.
The instinct that says, go to the boathouse. My knowledge of Aaron says, no fucking way am I going off on my own. I will be murdered immediately.
Okay. This just matters for the check. Are you headed to the boathouse or no? Or are you going to stick around the docks?
I'm headed in the direction of the boathouse.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a perception check, because you're the only one who'd be far enough away to not properly have a chance to hear this.
Done the workout.
11.
11. Okay, so you don't hear this. Everyone else, you hear a shriek as you all look around. At this point, Lena, you would be off taking care of your Pegasus, who's still up on the hull of the ship, giving Minstrel a little brush and everything. and you look over, and you realize the reason that Zinnia is shrieking is because there is a person who's about 3 inches from their face, and you realize you can see Zinnia because you can see through this person. And you realize they're not the only one on the ship. Milling about the ship are about 20 translucent gray sailors of different ages. You see someone and it looks like a Navy outfit from like World War II. You see somebody who's wearing like a pirate's outfit. There's a person with a Viking helmet, historical, not with horns. There's a lot of dead ghosts milling about the top of the ship right now. Each of them just...
As soon as Max hears the shriek, he lands a jumping jack and bolts towards the ship.
Yeah, as you approach, would see this weird gray translucent energy, this formless mass on top of the ship, which you then realize is about 20 individuals just milling about, bumping into each other.
Yeah. I think as Lena heard Zinnia scream, because she's still in full armor, her first reaction would have been to get a sword, because she's still got them on her.
Yep.
But as she turns around and just looks through this person at Zinnia, I'm just gonna stare at them all and just internally be thinking, I don't know what the fuck I've joined.
Right there with you.
just almost frozen of just, I don't know what I've landed on. This is not what Chiron sold it as.
Zinnia, you are just face to face with, it looks like, this one looks to be like, someone, like, it looks like almost like a cruise ship Navy, like, captain, where he's got, like, the white jacket on with the little gold buttons and the little white hat, and he just leans in and turns away and just drifts slowly off away from you.
Holy Herethetitas came through.
Underworld.
For once.
Underworld business.
What's up, Zinnia?
I was like, they just mutter like, that's a first for once.
Yeah, and the other two get there. Yeah, Max, you easily vault yourself back on the. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You onto the ship, and Jack's running behind you. Like, underworld business.
I'm gonna pull Jax up.
Underworld business.
Yeah, forearm grip. Jax has to do zero work as you just him onto the ship. Lands foot first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the two of them and just go. I assume you guys know what.
This was all him.
Father came through. For once. This is our crew. You're welcome. And I fall to the ground.
It just collapses onto.
This is our crew. You're welcome. Done.
This is because you're stripped down to your t-shirt at this point, like where the wet wood touches your skin is just so nice. It's cold on the ground. It's nice.
Yeah.
This is not what I imagined when I was going on my first quest, but okay.
I'll just go like that in the point up to the sky and just everyone positions to set sail.
You hear a chorus of
someone
and
get
all
Morgan.
Of them don't go for the stairs. They all just lower through the deck of the ship. And Max, because you're still next to the banister, Lena, you're actually on the opposite side next to another one of the handrails. You would see that oars just slowly begin to push out of the side, either side of the ship. At this point, about 15 on either side.
Oh god.
Nowhere near fully what the ship could handle, but enough to propel you guys.
I'm getting my air horn and I'm start blaring it for Morgan to come back. It's like
Morgan. Yeah, at this point, you've been walking towards the boathouse. At this point, I would say you've gotten there.
Morgan had a thought about what Morgan wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna go loiter.
And she's far enough away.
Yeah.
Morgan is going to pull a tiny book out of her boot.
Okay.
And cause it to expand.
So
my tiny compendium spell.
you pull out a tiny book, maybe an inch tall and like half an inch wide. It weighs like a couple grams, but then you place it on your hand and speak the command word, and as you do so, it to a 1.5 foot long tome that's about 6 inches thick. That is now very heavy for you to lift, but you have your grimoire out.
Like in that Disney
And
film.
Yep. And I'm gonna flip right to the back. There are sections. And if I can do this for flavor, if I can't, tell me. She's going to touch her throat and then touch the page and say, Max climbed Mount Olympus in Washington Park when he was a child.
Yep. You can absolutely
Yeah.
transcribe your secrets to your book if you would like.
So before she transcribes everything the others told her, including opening a new section on Lena, and closes the book and says, "There's another war coming, Mother. This time, I'm going to be ready. We'll walk back."
Okay. Yeah, and as you start walking back, you get about halfway back when you hear.
I'm doing the SOS.
Just like random blare. At this point, I don't think you're trained in Morse code.
I'm not doing. Wait, no. SOS is just. I think.
Oh, okay, I thought you were doing the Morse SOS. I apologize. Yeah, but you just hear intervals of an air horn going off.
I'm going to explode that air horn in the next 20 minutes. If he doesn't stop.
As soon as I see Morgan, I will stop doing it and just be like, Morgan, we're going. Come on.
Yeah, Morgan, you see for some reason out the sides of the boat, there are now just oars sticking out that are totally on their own.
Morgan will walk up the plank and go, "When exactly did we get? Oh my god. They're beautiful! When did we get them? Hello! Oh!
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
who summoned these?
Well, you saw the call, right? You did. Jack's Iris message death.
Laying on the ground.
I just have a thumbs up. Just
This is actually incredibly impressive, Jax. Congratulations!
it's
And you,
Sure.
you are beautiful. Oh, I can't wait to. I'm just gonna study all of them. I'm just gonna go.
Morgan,
exactly what
goddess
they
of
do. How does
negging.
this work? Goddess of backhanded compliments.
And we'll say from there, unless anyone else has anything they want to do on the beaches, you guys are going to take the ship out to sea.
I think so.
Okay, because you
Sure.
have someone who is proficient in water vehicles and have the ghost, I'm going to say you don't need to make any checks to leave harbor. Can everyone mark off a day worth of rations for me, please?
Yes.
Off of their
getting
equipment.
rid of some happy slices.
Getting some appy slices. The dried appy slices, like the freeze-dried ones, or are they fresh appy slices in bags?
I'm gonna try it.
Some turkey
Okay,
jerky.
Yeah. It's not a hot meal, but it's enough to fill your guys' tummies as you are going out to sea. Let's see here. Lena, because you are the new crew member, can you roll me a D100? That's the one with 2 digits on it and the D10. Gotta see if you guys have any encounters for today.
84.
84! Interesting.
We just
Interesting.
had counter. We just had-
Interesting.
We fight Kronos.
Interesting.
I don't like the way Aaron said interesting.
Interesting.
Daddy Death is coming back for the
Okay.
ghosts.
Welcome to
Funny.
D&D.
Can you please roll me a D6?
Is that me again?
Zinnia, can you roll me a
No,
D6?
Bonnie.
I'm
Sorry,
switching. So I like to have all the players roll my dice for me whenever it's checks like this, just because keeps you guys
That's
involved.
6.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Oh no.
So today, you guys leave the port that you were once on, the Indian River that you had met up with Lena on. You guys bring the ship out underneath the bridge going across the bay. You take it about half a mile out into the ocean before you start letting loose the sails, trying to bring you further south. You bring in the oars, leaving only a couple out so that your ghosts can keep control of the ship in the direction that you're going. But at this point, it's mostly like rudder work and sails. Can everyone please make me a perception check?
No.
No.
A 9.
A 9?
14.
8.
Oh, that's cocked, so roll again.
8.
14. Plus.
Jax is too
8.
exhausted to look out.
That's a 14
still-
plus 8 from Imi.
Yeah.
14 plus 8?
Oh yeah, you can't stealth past this motherfucker. Her passive is 18.
Bet.
Okay. So let's see here. I gotta check my notes. I apologize. Yep. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you guys, Lena, you have situated yourself near the front of the ship, giving out directions for Jax to give to the ghost crew, as they don't really seem to listen to other people. It seems like occasionally when Zinnia or Morgan ask them to do something, they'll regard them but don't really listen. Whereas when you and Max speak to the ghost, they just phase fully through you.
I'm like, excuse me. Oh god.
Yeah. It's cold and little jittery when they go through you. It's this weird, like, you know when you put your hand on like a massage vibrating machine where like if you leave it there too long it gets like numb?
Sure.
Yeah, it's like that like weird numbness of like your skin has been exposed to too much.
A massage vibrating machine.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not talking about a fucking Bob. I'm talking about, you know, like the square things you put on backs and stuff like that. Okay, fight me. Anyway, get your minds out of the gutter. This is a
Put them on your
children's
back.
show.
I'm sure we all,
Put them anywhere
I'm
you
sure we
like.
all have experience.
This is a children's show. Y'all are children. Believe me, be kids. Anyway,
Kids making sex jokes? What?
anyway, you guys begin to move, and Lena, as you're at the front, you would notice that coming from the deeper ocean, not necessarily from a direction like towards land. This is from the deepest ocean. You see the slightest sliver of a shape under the water, maybe 20 feet out. It's like something dark moving through the water. And they don't get a surprise round because you've noticed them. But at this exact moment, you feel impact to the side of the ship as something underneath the water has just impacted the ocean, or has impacted the bottom of the ship 6 times.
6.
The rest of you would feel this. Lena, before we roll initiative, is there anything you would like to do? Because you're the only one who's noticed them at this point. Like before they hit, obviously.
I'm just gonna yell to everyone, just there's something in the water.
Okay. And because of that, the rest of you would hear this and be prepared and not have to take actions to pull out your your weapons. So all weapons are drawn, we're assuming, before combat.
Heck yeah.
Everyone, please roll me initiative.
To quote
with a
Captain Jack Sparrow,
So I
"Stop blowing holes in my ship."
Oh,
You get to
shit.
roll it twice because we have advantage.
Oh, yeah, we have
So I rolled a
advantage.
7.
Oh,
This is
That's a
unfortunate.
9.
no.
This is unfortunate.
It's a 3.
My
So you
dice
got a 9
hates
plus
me.
5.
In one
14.
session.
It's not my fault. Y'all rolled the there were plenty of non-combat options on that table, and y'all rolled the combats.
Hey,
Well, it's a random table.
Yeah, it's literally... We're not in control of where the dice land.
Neither am I, Birdie.
You make the table!
Yeah, and there's like 4 combat options on there. Okay. So, gonna go ahead and go to initiative tracker. What is their initiative? Oh my god. Okay. Let's see here. So, Jax, what'd you get?
8.
Okay. Lena, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. Max, what'd you get?
17.
Did everyone roll these with advantage?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. 17 for Max. Morgan, what'd you get?
16.
16? Zinnia, what'd you get?
20.
20. Okay, nice. So that thing I said about them not having a surprise round is technically true, but also physically not true, as they are at the top of initiative. That's the second enemy I've rolled a nat 20 for their
Yeah, but don't they
initiative.
get advantage if it's a surprise round? So at least they don't get that.
Yeah, they don't get the advantage on things. But most of you, I assume, are hanging out on the deck and not down below.
Yeah.
Sure.
Would Jax be down below because of the...
Jax, would you be down with the ghost or would you be up top?
If the ghost, I'm assuming the ghost wouldn't need much directions now that we're out. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I would be up.
Okay, so all 5 of you up on the deck. And roll. I'll just roll these ones twice. Okay, that one. Fuck, they're rolling like shit. Okay. So, that's their turn. You guys feel something has impacted the bottom of the boat, but you haven't necessarily seen anything yet. Besides Lena, you saw that shape earlier. Next person up is going to be Zinnia. You're standing on the deck. What are you doing?
Oh god. Okay, they're going to run over to the side of the ship and see if they can spot whatever's in the water.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That's a 2.
So no, you at this moment, the boat is now rocking slightly, and you are unable to see what's below the water.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
I cannot do anything. Shit. I really can't do anything unless I can see them.
Okay, so then, do you want to use your movement?
Can I hold my action?
Yes.
To bestow the Vercotton until I see them.
Sure, you can absolutely do that. Yes. Okay. Next person up is going to be Max. You felt the impacts. You saw Zinnia run over to the side of the ship and is still confusedly looking down in the ocean. So you can take that to mean Zinnia probably hasn't seen anything looking over the side of the ship.
Okay. Max is going to jump into the water. He's going to take out his javelin. Because I just looked up the rules. I just looked at the rules for underwater combat, and I can't use my maul. I can use my javelin.
You can't. Javelins are piercing damage, which means they're normal. Yeah.
So I'm taking out javelin, and I'm jumping into the water. I have a swim speed. I can work down there.
You do have a swim speed. So it is so fucking cold. It is not as cold as when you jump in the lake in the middle of the morning. So you easily shake that off. You jump in the water. Just roll me a perception check.
Yep. That's cocked. This dice tray is great, but it's I keep hitting the side. 17 plus 3 is unnatural 20.
Okay, you land in the
okay.
water and you open your eyes and you feel that salt burn. And you look around and you see shapes. It looks like these long shapes. It's hard to make out in the brackish water. Beginning to swim out and around and then impact the bottom of the boat. And you see 2 pinpricks of light on the bottom of the boat, maybe a fist wide. You think you're seeing the light from inside the boat down here.
Right. Well, if it's close enough to hit the boat, I can get it, right?
Yes. It seems like 4 shapes are outside of the boat, and you don't know how many more maybe have made it already in the boat.
Right. Well, I'm gonna try and get the closest one.
Okay. So you swim up, and it is So you've got a swim speed, so you can move up. They are these serpentine creatures that are about 6 to 10 feet long and maybe 8 inches around, with these large serpentine heads and frills going down their back, and almost like a set of bull horns over the top of their head.
I think Bertie knows what these are. I can't remember the name, but I've seen them.
Okay.
All right, that is 15 plus 8 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
I only get 1d6 on this because it's a poopy javelin.
It is a poopy javelin. Remember, you also only got back half your hit dice.
I know.
Rounded down.
Which means I'm on 5 right now.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, so that is 3 plus 5 is 8 points of piercing damage, and I'm gonna burn 1 heroic smite. Okay.
You cannot currently see him. He is underneath the boat at this point in time.
That's really sucky.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's two extra
Don't forget
damage.
to reroll once. as well if you roll.
Oh no,
I
I rolled 2s as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. And that's a
There you
damage
go.
dice of the weapon, so that would count.
Okay. That's much better. That's an 11. So that's
Okay,
a
so
3
total
plus,
damage?
this is a 3, that's a 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 11 is 19 points of damage. And then with my
19
second
points of
attack, that's a 16 plus 8. And damage is going to be 6 plus 5 is 11 points of damage on the second one.
Okay, so that's a total of how much between the two? 20, 30,
19 plus 11, so that's 30.
30 points of damage. Okay. So you run up behind, or you swim up behind this creature, spear in hand. You're remembering all those underwater training exercises you did with Nerida.
Yeah, me and Nerida sparring under the lake.
And you go up, and at this point, these serpents haven't noticed you, and you, this like, no one is around to see it, but this glow of green light, gold light reflecting in the water as your magic hits, and you skewer through its muscles. You see part of your spear coming out the other, like, just underneath the skin of it. You haven't killed it, but you've gravely injured this serpent. At that point, the four in the water turn and look at you. So that's good to know.
I would
let's
yell,
see
but
here.
I need my oxygen.
Yeah, you need that oxygen to not be suffocating. Morgan, at this point, you would have felt impacts on the bottom of the boat, but you can't see anyone. Max has just dived over the edge. You were comfortably lounging up top, but have stood up now with your spells ready. What are you doing?
Need to look
Okay.
at some spells.
Before I do this again, might use this time. I don't know, is there a shark druid form?
Oh, you mean like turning into a shark? So I actually would like to apologize to you. There is a form of giant octopus. It just didn't come up when I first looked. So if you would
I
like to
think
turn into a giant octopus,
Holy shit, can I do that?
yes, you may turn it because it's only CR1, so polymorph would let you do it.
Okay, for my free talking action, she'll turn to Axe and say, you get the ghost to defend the ship and stop water coming in.
Already on it.
Okay. Everyone, defend the ship. And she'll just run in and dive in and cast polymorph if she does.
Give me an athletics check to see how good that dive is.
Okay. Please give me this!
Would this not be acrobatics?
Okay.
Is there with his
They're the same for us, so it's fine.
Now, I have proficiency. I got a 14. Does that
14.
do?
It's decent enough. You go for the basic swan form. It's a little sloppy near the end, but decent. Would get a passing grade.
7.
You
5.
jump off the edge. Right as you're hitting the water, as your fingers break the water, you feel your spell take hold, and you turn into a giant fucking octopus. Max,
No.
you look over, and you see for half a second, you're like, oh my god, Morgan has jumped in the water after me. This is real teamwork. And then her face just becomes gelatinous and formless as she becomes a giant fucking octopus that is like 8 feet wide.
Okay, what's my...
You saw Morgan turn into the octopus, by the way.
I just wanted to see if I was gonna scream. I'm good.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm immune to being frightened.
Yeah. So, Morgan, you still have your movement if you'd like to move closer to these serpentine creatures that you can now see, and with your underwater vision, would actually be able to easily see these frilled serpent creatures.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up next to Max.
Okay. Max is octopus.
I'm like behind him. As a giant octopus, then Max is in front of me. I'm behind him as a giant octopus.
Teamwork.
All right. Sounds good. Next person up is going to be Lena. You're on the ship. 2 people have just dived in the ocean after an unknown enemy.
Mm-hmm. So
You don't know what's going on right now in terms of enemies.
I'm just gonna stay on the ship. I'm not jumping in after everyone because we're not
Okay.
about that life.
Yep.
But I am gonna cast Sickening Radiance, which does
Okay.
work. I think.
Let me look up the particulars as well.
Even though I can't see them, the light does spread around corners.
Sphere
Yes.
centered on a point. A 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily a point that you can see. Let's
Yeah.
see here. Okay, I will say if you're doing it, you don't know whether or not you will hit your teammates because you don't know where they're at. So you can do this. You just don't know whether or not you'll be hitting your teammates.
So you're gonna deal 4d10 radiant damage if we fail our saving throws to all of us, and we'll suffer a level of exhaustion. It's your turn. You can do what you want with it, but know that
this unseen enemy is hardier than your friends. Is your question? Do you think that? Because if you think that, you can go for it. What'd you say?
I don't know.
Would Lena at this point risk the friends? That's the thing. You don't necessarily know these people besides really Max. Like Morgan, you've not, because you're only endangering Max and Morgan here. Jax and Zinnia are up on top of the ship still.
I mean, Max will be fine because Max will succeed that saving throw, but Morgan probably won't.
Well, the octopus probably won't because they're not using Morgan's Constitution.
Alright, yeah, using Octopus's Constitution.
What are you doing, Lena?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast it just because.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the bottom of the boat, the two of you who are down there just see this strange, sickly green light begin to appear, and it's warm in the cold waters, disgustingly warm. It feels like you're being microwaved from this little green light. Can both of you make me a percentile check to see if you're within range of the spell. If you roll higher than a 50, I'll say you're safe.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you're within the spell. What's your percentile die check?
64!
So, the octopus just outside of the range. Max, you are within the range, so you have to make that con
So I'm right at the edge of the range in that case.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm good at con saves. That's a 21. I'm Gucci, baby.
You succeed. I have never rolled so well on D20. Is that okay? In order, it's 12, 19, 19, 20 with no modifiers. So only one of them fails your save, I'm pretty sure. But the rest still take damage. Roll your 4d10.
Oh, yeah. Which one's D10s?
These are D10s, so...
let me see which one fails.
Sorry, that. Sorry, that.
Okay.
That.
Sorry, we're just gathering D10s.
Also, I mean, this is a maintained thing for 10 minutes, so it's going to be every time they start their turn there as well.
I'm aware. I'm very aware. Let's see here. Actually, it goes around corners.
Mm-hmm.
Not through walls.
No, but there are 2 holes in the bottom of the boat, so I think I might have to roll
point.
for the other 2. Let me see here. Are you within?
So 4,
can you be
5,
seen? You can
9,
be seen by it.
7, so
Both of them rolled, so they
18,
also both have to make con saves.
26.
And what's
21.
Lena's spell save DC?
It's wisdom, and that's plus 5, so it's 16.
16? Okay, so some other ones may or may not have failed.
So this
Okay.
is spell save DC.
So did you roll the damage?
27. 25, 25 rather.
Oh, 25. Still, that's so much less. Okay. So...
And they get a level of
Those
exhaustion.
These ones succeeded, so these ones only take 12. So these all go down to that. And... Okay, Max. Morgan, the 2 of you down under the water see this light appear. Morgan, you are just outside the range of the light. But you 2 see this light appear, and the skin of these creatures begins to bubble and mutate in the light. This awful radiation hitting them. The one that you've stabbed, Max, just fully begins to drift on the end of your spear.
Slides off my javelin.
The other 3, though, they've taken burns, but it doesn't look like they've been super affected. And then you cannot see any other ones that may or may not be around. Let's see here. Jax, you're up. You're on the top of the boat. Yeah, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm immediately gonna go below deck.
Okay, you pop below decks, and the first thing you see is all of your ghosts completely ignoring what's happening down here. But about 20 feet away from you, at the other end of the boat, there are these 2 holes that are about yay big, where water is coming through. That would normally be your biggest issue. But you see coming through these holes is also this green light that isn't affecting you, but there are these two serpents that have entered the ship, having each individually pierced through the bottom of the boat with their strength checks, who are being fried as they are still sitting over the holes. You see that there's one of them that just has a clear hole burnt through it from radiation damage.
First of all, using my free action to talk. Help!
Lena, Zinnia, both of you would hear help from down there.
And what would it take to order my ghosts?
To order your ghosts, that would be a bonus action, and they will not necessarily all obey your commands. They work as their own collective, so if you give them a task, only one or two of them might do it if they believe that they can accomplish that task on their own. And so it's whatever you're thinking. I will let you know, they will not be attacking. This crew has been given to you for the purposes of the ship and the ship itself.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Okay, I'll use my bonus action to say to these ghosts, someone fix the holes here.
Okay. Good to know. I'll put that on the list.
Someone's gotta fix these holes in this ship.
Someone's gotta fix the holes.
Gotta fix these holes.
Anything else you're doing on your turn?
Yes. So you're saying that two of them are on the ship?
Yeah, two of them are on the ship. They look real fucked up.
They're both equally fucked up?
Yes. One of them has a hole in it, but that was for flavor purposes.
Nice.
Cool.
Taste
like. I am just... How far away are they from me?
20 feet.
20 feet? Would I be able to reach them?
Yes. I would say you've taken 10 feet to move them to get down here. So yeah, I'll let you reach them.
Cool. Stabby stab.
Okay.
I'm grabbing my dagger.
So, as you approach them, you get about 10 feet away from them. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. 8.
Lena, can you roll me 4d10, please? Because it's when you enter the spell's area or start its turn there.
God.
It's fine. You can only do half my hit points.
Oh, shoot. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's a 5, and that's a 2.
No.
So that's 27.
You can only do more than half my hit points.
As you run forward, you enter this light, and you just feel your skin redden immediately. Like the harshest sunburn you've ever gotten, and your stomach feels sick, and you feel exhaustion take over. You now have 1 level of exhaustion, and you are slowly cooking in radiation.
Okay, as soon as that happens, I'm backing the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'm taking my action to dash the fuck out of there.
As you back up, you see one of the snakes looks at you, and its head like rears, like, take me with you. As you run the fuck away.
This bitch is crazy.
Let me see here. Give me just a moment.
This is the twist, V. I mean, he's actually here to replace you.
It's gonna kill you. Next person up is going to be the ghost, who you cannot see what actions they're taking because you're no longer downstairs. It's the serpent's turn. So 3 of them are still in the water. Let's see who they're going for. Oh, yeah, they start their turn, so they got to make their saving throws. Failure. So 3 failures. Roll me a 40-10.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's real.
Those are big numbers. Those are big numbers. That's a 10.
I need to stop running
9.
in
That's a 7.
places.
Yeah, you need to just let you
29.
I'm just gonna be a spellcaster with.
I'm gonna buy you a crossbow. 29?
29!
Oh no! I thought it was against the snakes.
No, this is against the snakes.
Killed me.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
well, it would have knocked down Jax, and it did just fry the... Wait, there's 2 more snakes that are still in the radius of this. So that would nat 20. But, everything else, Max, Morgan, you're ready for this fight. You feel like it's the same feeling Zinnia had last fight, where you're ready. You're there. Your magic is ready. You've got a spear in one hand. All of your tentacles are out in attack formation. And these snakes just all go limp and start floating through the water, just fried. You see like
I just
crispy
microwaved
skin.
all of them.
The water is hot around you, by the way.
I'm moving back 5 feet.
It is irradiated to shit. Let's see here. The one that lived on the inside is going to use its full movement. You guys see out of one of the holes, it's about 10-15 feet away from you guys. You see one snake. It's like this wide. The hole is about this big. You see the horns poke through, and it's like fucking Play-Doh through a wall as it just reforms on the other side of the wall and begins to swim away.
Can I get opportunity attack?
It's about 15 feet away from you, so I don't think your reach is that far. But with its movement, it can only make it about 30 feet away from you guys. That's the living one. Zinnia, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
It's not living for long.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you would see this snake near the surface as it's like scurrying away. So you can release your held action to bestow it with the Forgotten if you'd like.
Sure, why not?
Okay, you that's a -2 for its save. So you have this moment where you see, and Lena, you're still up on top of the ship. You would see Zinnia reach out their hands, and at this exact moment, this like weird prismatic glass effect appears at the top of the water above where the snake is, and it almost looks like it's threading itself towards Zinnia's fingers. And on that note, Zinnia, it is your turn.
Alright, they're going to, it's called Sea's Recollection.
Okay.
So,
okay, that's
they make
that's another int save.
Yep. And as,
Go ahead and roll your 2d6.
Nice. So they're grabbing the pieces of glass and they're just kind of like shattering them in their hands. That's max damage. That's
Max
that's
damage.
19 points of psychic damage.
So,
And
yeah.
I would like to learn its. What's its hit point maximum?
Its hit point maximum was 40. But as you reach out, you rip this shard of memory out of the snake, and you see it go still as your connection is severed. And there's this moment where, riding along with that information, you get just a fragment of a memory. It's not a vision, but a noise. You hear something in the distance, a distant memory go, "Go, my children,
Oh.
go." As you remember something that the serpent remembered. But now we're out of combat because that's all the serpent's dead.
I'm moving our way out from this sickening radiance, out of the microwave zone.
Yeah, you guys can leave the microwave zone. What's up, Morgan?
And if Max will allow it, Morgan will wrap one of the tentacles around his waist and, like, carefully place him on the deck of the ship. And just no one else to notice this, just he feels on his back, like, a single pat from this tentacle and then it immediately retracts.
If you allow this, this happens.
That feels weird. Okay.
Yep. Are you gonna still hang out in octopus form for a little bit? Or?
Before it goes, I'm gonna point towards Lena, and if an octopus could give guns, that's what she's doing.
You see a tentacle like come out, and another one, and they all go to like finger guns you.
And yeah, she'll chill out.
Are they?
They're in high five
Is
distance.
she? Are they? They listen to sweater weather.
The rest of you, by the way, Lena and Zinnia, Max, now that you're on the top of the ship, you would see Jax come out from the bottom of the ship going, and his face is just sheet red. Just like the worst sunburn ever that has happened. There's little like blisters on the cheeks and the forehead.
Yikes, buddy.
And he's breathing hard.
I've got Medea's sun cream, but it's not after sun.
I'm just gonna look at him and I'm so sorry. I don't have control over who it hits.
Taking a piece of ambrosia to get rid of the level.
The exhaustion level. Yep, you can.
Oh no!
do that.
Once the spell fades, it goes away.
Oh, does the exhaustion go away?
Yeah,
well, I
it
thought
does.
It suffered.
No, it goes away.
Oh, any light and levels of exhaustion. So yeah, as you feel the spell dissipate, you feel the exhaustion will leave your shoulders, and a different kind of exhaustion comes in as you're just tired of being fucking beat down every combat.
You know, I don't have a lot of magic, but I think I'm gonna use it from now on. And I'm just going to turn around and walk the opposite direction of Linnea.
The opposite direction is back below decks.
I'm going back below decks.
Just out
Okay,
of the
as
sun.
you go back below decks, you turn and you see that there is still water pissing itself into the boat because there's one ghost who has a piece of wood who's going.
Someone help him.
And you see like two other ghosts go and like hold down the piece of wood, and some of them get tar and begin to like put it underneath the sides, the slats. Eventually, they get the leak fixed, and they begin to bail water out the sides. The rest of you are up near the top, seeing the oar holes on the sides of the ship. There's just the occasional bucket of water, and eventually you see the corpse of like a crispy snake getting thrown out.
Can we get a shout out? That was Emmy's first ever D&D combat encounter.
Really?
Ever.
Good job!
And she basically
almost
soloed
killed
it.
I think
amazing.
nuclear radiation basically soloed it there is what happened. Are any of you doing anything after these crispy snakes?
I'm taking a short rest.
Yeah, you can go downstairs and hang
Getting
out with your
some
ghost
midnight.
friends. You take out your bedroll and you lay it down on one of the mushy benches that's not being used, and you take a short rest.
Yeah, I'm listening to some music. I'm not talking to anyone.
The rest of you, now you're all back on the ship. Morgan, have you come out of octopus form yet? Or are you still an octopus?
I'm chilling for the duration. I use the
All right,
spell and
you
I
gotta-
will enjoy the sea.
You've got an hour of octopus, so the other three of you are still up on the deck: Zinnia, Max, and Lena.
Well, that was impressive.
Morgan, you can hear this, but you obviously can't talk.
Well, this is Morgan's ideal.
Yeah.
Tell me your secrets.
Can I
No.
do something weird?
What's the weird thing that you want to do?
I don't know if this is gonna work, but they're gonna go below deck and like
Okay.
sit next to one of the ghosts
Okay.
and cast Speak with Dead. I don't know if it'll work, but
Give me a second. 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 I need a
know
moment.
It's mainly used for like
It's for corpses.
but
That's really cool. Roll me a d20 plus your intelligence, because that's your spellcasting
What are you doing
modifier.
with my ghost? See,
22.
Okay, before we get to that, Max, you were saying something to Lena. We'll get to that in a second.
I was just gonna turn to Lena and be like, that was impressive. Yeah. Good job. It's nice to have you on the team.
Just thank you. Yeah.
Just a little bit scared, just a tiny little bit.
Yeah, your skin looks relatively normal comparatively to what
That was
Jax's look
underwater.
like, but it's still pretty tender. Your face.
Yeah. It's like a bit.
Um,
It's like when you like open the oven.
Yeah,
And you
it's
look
a little
right
hot
into it.
still.
I'm gonna go see what I've got for Max in my bag. There's not
Yeah.
Max for Jax in my bag.
Okay.
This is
As
why
you begin to
wear
do that,
sunscreen, kids.
yeah. As you begin to do that, Jax, you are laying down below decks on one of the benches on your bedroll, and the noise doesn't bring you out of it. But you look over, and Zinnia is seated very politely, very proper, hands in the lap, next to one of the ghosts who's singular. And you see them begin to just like very slightly speak this arcane incantation. What was the roll, Zinnia?
22.
And there's a sailor there who's in like a World War II Navy outfit, just Are you doing anything now that you've cast this spell?
Oh boy, I didn't expect this to work actually.
You still don't know whether or not it's
I
worked.
don't know. I didn't expect it to get this far.
Hi, what's your name?
Anderson James.
Jane. Nice. How did you die?
He turns and looks at you, and as he looks at you, there is a gaping hole just in the center of his forehead where it looks like a bullet wound of some kind. Just you can see the rest of the ship behind him at this point.
Okay. Ah.
And he just points at it and then goes back to rowing.
That's a personal question.
When's your birthday?
May 6th, 1923.
They're just gonna talk with him for.
Yeah, I'll let you get past the. Yeah, you can just using your questions and then the interim conversation.
Zinnia's
He's a
got
soft-spoken man.
boyfriend.
He looks to be in his like mid to later 20s. You don't exactly know when he died. But he's nice. He went to war. He had a brother who lived, but he didn't have like parents or a wife or spouse when he went to war. So it was just like his brother who went to his funeral. And his brother died without a wife or kids, so nobody of his family really exists anymore. And he's just kind of a sad ghost because he spends all his time in the fields of Asphodel because he didn't really die a heroic death. That gunshot wound is actually a misfire from one of his troops. Yeah. So he's just
imagine getting friendly fired.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, so he's just really, really sad, but like not in a punishment kind of way, just in a lonely kind of way.
I apologized for that.
Can I go over to Zinnia?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit down, face red. Hi.
Hello.
You're a weird one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good weird. It's helpful, I think.
I would want to hope so. I would hate to have a cluttered head for nothing.
Lot of souls in you, I assume.
Not souls. Just memories.
Just memories. Zinnia, right?
Yes.
Can I call you Z? I'm gonna call you Z.
Sure. My name starts with an X, though. I
No,
hope
don't
you
care.
knew that.
No. It sounds cool. You know, we don't really know you that well. We hope to, consider we're on a death-defying, world-saving quest together.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, we're gonna get acquainted at the very least.
It usually happens.
If we don't die.
Yeah, that's a pretty big possibility. If
Yep.
experience has taught me anything.
Remember death?
Don't remember death. I remember how people die.
It's not fun.
No. Not exactly. Especially when a lot of them are old.
Yeah.
Old memories, so a lot of gruesome deaths.
Like this guy. Point towards Henderson.
Yeah. worst?
No, far from
What's
it.
up there?
Well, I don't know if we're going to die. I actually think we are. At least one of us. I hope you can prove me wrong. And I'll just kind of stand up. Go back to my bedroll.
And you do so. Zinnia, you're left there if you want to do anything else. But Max, after about a minute or two after this, would come down with just like some first aid aloe vera ointment.
Yeah, I'd probably bring just a little bit of Medea's
Sunscreen that you've got.
Yeah, SPF 5000 sunscreen.
Just to mix a little bit of that in with the aloe
Just
vera.
see if there's any
help.
after sun qualities to it. I'm not gonna use all of it, just a little bit, and mostly aloe vera.
Yeah. You just take a little dab. I won't even have you remove any uses from the container.
Yeah.
And Jax, if you take what's offered and allow Max to apply it.
Hey, buddy. This guy's sting, right? Sorry?
Is your friend okay?
I think so. Hey, we're all friends.
Okay.
I think Morgan's still just chilling outside as an octopus. She can turn into an octopus.
Sounds
it's pretty
about
crazy.
Sounds about right.
But yeah,
I saw him
got...
turn into an owl once. That was weird.
That's really cool. So yeah, I thought I'd just see if I could come and... That's gotta sting, your face. I put a little bit on mine to just take some of the soreness out. But yeah, otherwise it's gonna start peeling and...
You can apply it.
Okay.
Just don't tell anyone.
I'm just gonna sit there and rub aloe vera onto his face.
Zinnia, you look up from your
Gross.
conversation with the ghost and you just see Max rubbing cream onto Jax's face.
Two bros chilling on a ghost ship. 5 feet apart because I'm not gay.
Everyone upstairs, Lena, you would eventually get everything back into working order with sailing and making sure everything's on the way after an hour. Yeah, Morgan, unless you have something you want to do in your octopus form?
I was just saying, is Lena upstairs by herself at the moment?
Yes, at this point, the other three are all below decks.
Okay, then at some point, Morgan, when she returns to her human form, will Misty Step and full-on Catra from She-Ra be lounging on one of the masks as she looks down and goes, "Oh, Lena, is it?"
Yeah, that's the shortened version of it anyway.
It's the full version.
It's just one letter shorter, actually. It's Alina. It means light in Greek, which is really original, I'm aware.
Name's Morgan after Morgan Le Fay. It's also extremely original.
So
Don't worry about it. There's nothing weird about it. Don't worry about it. She's gonna look at you and like cock her head slightly and say, "You are quite interesting."
Okay. I'm just gonna respond as like just not sure how to take this and just be like, okay, thank you. It's pretty cool that you can turn into an octopus. I'm just gonna stand there awkwardly, just like not sure how to continue this conversation.
She's gonna smile and go, "Aren't you fun? It'll be a good trip." Well, isn't it nice? We've got the only child of Eos, the only child of Hercules, the only child of Thanatos, and the only child of the River Leith. Titans and minor gods.
Yeah, we do. Interesting bunch of people.
I don't suppose you have any mortal siblings?
No, only child.
I just have lucky. I have both mortal siblings and demigod siblings, and it is quite literally a nightmare.
I can see that. I don't have a sibling, but I have a cousin.
You close with them?
It really depends on how you define close. Like, we see each other a couple times a month, but well, when I'm home, of course, and not at camp, but more competitive than close, I think, is a apt description for Meg.
Interesting. So where is home for you? On the west coast, east coast?
This is just real me trying to remember geography.
Sunrise is in the east.
East coast. From Maine. Bar Harbor. Yeah.
A child from Maine with a bunch of cousins who you're very competitive with. That must have been very fun or very boring.
It's just what it is. You ask weird questions.
I'm very curious, especially since you're new. We don't know a lot about each other. Missed our campfire stories.
Oh. What story did you tell?
To wait till the next campfire.
Okay.
She's gonna hop down and walk over to you and says, I'm glad you're here. See if you stay interesting. He's gonna walk off.
I'm just gonna stare after her for a few seconds, just not really sure what just happened. And then just slowly turn back to looking at the horizon and just making sure they're going in the right direction still.
Can you roll me a perception check?
Me?
Yeah.
Under the 6.
8. 14.
14.
14. Okay. As you're very confused at this conversation you just had, because no one on this boat seems to know how to talk to another human. It's something you're very, very quickly picking up.
Yeah.
No one knows how humans can. Max is.
I just don't know how to talk to these weirdos.
Oh.
Just, that didn't seem like a conversation. That was more of an interrogation from Morgan that just happened.
I identify as a threat.
You see something odd in the distance. It's not the monster kind of odd that you felt with earlier. That was weird. But you look around and you realize you can see something in the ocean ahead of you. Something that, like, should not be this far out in the ocean. There's a small island. Nothing more than, like, a sandy beach, maybe 50 foot in diameter, with a single palm tree on it. And it looks like there's someone seated at a table in the sands there.
I'm just gonna stare at it for a few moments, and then, cause I assume Morgan's like just walked off behind me, I'm just gonna say her name and just be like, Morgan, there's...
Lena, dear?
I think you're gonna want to look at this. And then I'm just gonna wait for her to come back and then just point at the island and just be like, I don't think that should be there.
No, it really shouldn't.
And it's only maybe like 100 feet in front of the ship. This should not have gotten that close unnoticed without one of you guys seeing it approaching.
Morgan's gonna look over at Lena and go, let's go see.
I'm just gonna nod like,
Okay.
yeah, sounds like a good plan.
So, Lena, you make the calls down below decks. Jack, you hear the calls, relay them to the ghosts. And you guys begin to sail towards the solitary island with the lone woman. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, what?
Oh, no. Come on.
We're
15
basically at time, and this is going to take way longer than 10
Let's just
minutes.
play for another few hours. Let's go.
I mean, we could, but no,
Yeah,
it's
just
okay.
wait for the next few hours.
So, that was a wonderful little episode. I hope everyone had a good time watching and playing. We will be back next week, same time at Friday, noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. GMT. We will be back. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Oh, also, if you're a fan of the channel and of a couple of us, Birdie and I tomorrow will be on one of our other weekly shows. The Sword and Chronicles, our Saturday show, which is at 11:30 PST, 2:30 EST, 7:30 GMT. Check us out. We're hanging out, trying to hang out in a new town. We're playing a bunch of characters.
If I can take over for a sec, they've just arrived in this whole new city called Mercatoria. It's a called Fenador. It's a capital of the country of Mercatoria, and it's going to be lots of new things and lots of lore. So it's a good time to jump in if you haven't watched it before, because we'll be going over lots of things.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
So if you really don't feel like watching the past 21 episodes, 21, 22 episodes, and you... I think we're on 21, 22, I think.
I'll prove you wrong. I've got
sure,
my notes.
But if you want to jump in, now is a good time to do that. So be there tomorrow at 7:30 GMT.
24 episodes. I take notes. Anyway,
good job.
That's been a wonderful time. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you guys next time. Birdie, take us out. Bye-bye.
Ping a message, I can't.
You can.
Oh, no!
There we go.
I'll just say the message instead. No.
I guess it's too late. Bye.
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say Lena looks like a cinnamon roll, but could actually kill you.
True. Bye.